people. But, I mean, come on. They have to know what's wrong. I mean, I don't know anything about that particular part of the business, but I had a phone company, a little one time. I started when I got pissed off with the phone company, and it's amazing to me. You have all your diagnostic stuff at the central office. I don't know why they even have to come to your house. Now, you're sure it's not a local problem. Do you have wiring within your walls of your business, or is it at your house?
Yes, protection for that in my contract.
Okay, is it your home?
Yes.
Okay, and you have lines coming into your home. Has anyone checked your home lines?
No, that's supposed to be why he's coming out tomorrow.
All right, but now he says no because...
And there's another part of this.
What is it?
On Monday afternoon, all of a sudden, 3 years of emails disappeared. And now they're telling me that they do not recognize my email.
God almighty. Oh, God. So hold on.
I know.
So you have an email address at CenturyLink.com?
No, I have an email address from Quest. And when CenturyLink purchased Quest, we decided to keep the same email because one was as long as the other one.
So it would be like if I went on Gmail all of a sudden and my email's gone. They just and when you tell them I don't have an email and you give them your email address, they say we have no such email in the system.
It said it's not valid. Mm-hmm.
Now they say that to you, or when you use it. Like if I email you right now, what will happen? If I email you right now, what will happen?
I'll get the email. It's the ones from Monday back 3 years that have disappeared. And so when I go onto their online supposedly support, which I spent 4 hours
So you can log on to your email account. They're just missing emails.
In my own account, I cannot log on into their email support because it says my email is not valid to try and retrieve all these emails.
I know, I get that. So, okay. But your online email portal works.
From Tuesday to today.
Yeah. Can I make a suggestion for you? This is really serious. And no one should have independent email anymore except with Microsoft or Google or some giant. You should never. Comcast, if you have it, get rid of it. If you have CenturyLink, get rid of it. If you have anything but if you have AOL, get rid of it. And what you need to do is migrate, let's just say to Gmail. And what you do is when you migrate, you forward the old one over and keep it forwarding. And then from here on out, give out your other email. Now, I know this is going to be really hard for people listening who have old emails from years and years, and they want to keep them.
And business cards and letterhead.
Well, you know what? Life changes, and you're going to have to eventually migrate. So what you have to do is at least get the ball rolling. No matter what we do today, you got to get the ball rolling because things like this are happening all over. They're not supporting their old emails, and eventually they're going to tell you that. But I can't, for the life of me, if you still have an online portal, what I don't understand is why the emails are missing. I have some ideas. Hold on. We'll come back to it.
This August, celebrate the games at Triple J Armory. Whether you're training for the rifle or pistol competition, we have the perfect gear for you. Enjoy bronze, silver, and gold medal deals on all top brands and compete in our shooting range to win awesome prizes. Triple J Armory, where champions are made and the Second Amendment is celebrated. Visit us today and meet the winning team. Triple J Armory. Exercise your rights. Aim for gold.
I want to talk to Joseph Cano, certified financial planner, and talk about the type of people that can benefit from a retirement annuity, a fixed indexed annuity, a pension for life, whatever you want to call it. That's exactly what it is, a fixed indexed annuity. And there are definitely people who can benefit from it, Joe. So who are we talking about specifically?
Well, Tom, people that are actually frustrated with the ups and downs of the stock market, people that want to have security and peace of mind that they're going to have enough money to retire with, and that their retirement income is going to last as long as they will. Those are the people that we really, that could really benefit from the guaranteed pension account that we have. people that may have a 401k, an IRA, and they're concerned. I mean, we have met people this week. The market has been absolutely crazy.
Yeah, it has, Joe. And you know what? I think people are concerned. And let's just say it like it is. They're concerned that once they lose, the amount of time it takes to regain just to get back to zero. And some people don't have the horizon. They might want to retire in 5 years. They might want to retire in 2 or 3 years. An annuity can actually be turned on immediately. Is that true?
That is right. There's certain annuities that can be turned on within 30 days after they deposit the money. So they're very liquid, and they have additional benefits that people really like.
And that is very, very important for people to know. So if you're looking for any kind of help with an annuity and you want to talk about some security, Joseph Chiano, certified financial planner, go to this website, mymoneymyway.com. You can also go and call him at 303-779-6600, 779-6600. Thank you, Joe. You hear me talk about Zero Res as if I own the company. Well, I wish I did. I am telling you, there is no other carpet cleaner to have in my home, and there's a reason for that. Clean carpets, clean air, no poison, period. In today's day, we talk about green products. We talk about lowering our carbon footprint and being cleaner in the environment. No matter how you stand on that, I know you want your house clean, and I know you want no chemicals and residue. Zero Res gets in there and cleans out all the previous cleanings, plus all the allergens and the pathogens and all that crap, and they make your life better by cleaning your carpets, less water, no residue. They dry faster and stay clean longer. It is absolutely the best system you can have for your home, and you will love it. No matter what they're doing in price, it's worth it, but they have a great pricing. 3 rooms starting at $109, $75 off duct cleaning. They do any solid surface in your home, including upholstery, of course, and mattresses and soft goods, too. 303-471-5150, 471-5150, zeroresdenver.com. So listen, just to go over this, when I say thank you for calling, and then I do the number, 303-713, that's just the clue to put them on hold.
Okay.
So I have to say goodbye.
Okay, and I emailed Tepper.
I know that. I just want to go over it because I don't have the thing here.
I emailed Tepper going, can we get our phones fixed?
I can't hear you. Oh, well, let me get
There, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Okay, what?
I said I emailed Tepper just asking if we can get our phones fixed soon.
Okay, cool. Yeah, but also, I hadn't gone over that in a while, and I wasn't sure if I did as far as, that's the only thing I have that's weird, is when I'm going to bring them up because I talk about them. But
I think you and I are fairly
we're really
connected.
Good.
Yeah.
I just want to remind, because sometimes I hear people on there and I want to, so if but there's the surefire way is thank you for calling
right.
or the phone number.
When I hear the phone number, they're definitely gone. Also, when I hear I am so fucking sick and tired of talking to you, Margaret, I know to bring them down. Yeah. Take your bullshit somewhere else. Why don't you call Michael Brown, you pain in the ass?
Marge.
Margaret.
My old emails disappeared.
All right.
I'm afraid to ask, where's Mark?
Oh, he's probably getting his butt checked at the doctor's or something. I don't know. Well check, whatever they do for guys. I don't know.
Please tell me waxed. Jiminy Christmas.
Oh my God. No, he has some sort of well check today.
He looks like a sheep.
Oh, he's always concerned about his health, you know.
When his pants drop, he looks like a sheep hound back there.
Okay.
Oh my.
Like a lawnmower.
Shannon, you are a sick one.
Here we go.
630 K-How.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. I did check with some people off air here, and I don't know what you've done, Sandy, and I know you're frustrated. Now, on the Quest email and the CenturyLink email And that whole email system, they purge old emails after a certain amount of time, unless you put them in an archive. Also, you can still recover. They say, and I've never logged on to it, but do you have, when you log on to your email account, I wanted to know what you're seeing, but you have various folders, and obviously you checked the trash folder, the archive.
Oh, yeah, I had my computer guy do the whole thing. He said it's all in CenturyLink. Well,
hold on. What I mean is, but he checked all of the folders, including what's called the recovery folder.
Yes.
And what did he say? There's no trace of emails anywhere?
Nothing there. Yeah.
Well, you're not going to get them then.
Well, I may not, but I certainly would like to get my phone service back.
No,
That would be helpful.
yeah. And I want to explain to people about email services. You have to buy storage and email services and pay for stuff if you want to keep it more than a certain amount of time. That's why I say to go to Gmail and those others. They're clearly spelled out. But if you have an email service, don't assume those emails are going to be there forever. Don't assume it. You have to download it, or you have to do what's called a POP service, where when you log on, it downloads and it's part of your computer as well as part of your online, and they sync together when you want them to. There's all kinds of things to know about email services that hardly ever comes up, but unfortunately, you can lose emails. Now, as far as your phone service, I want to ask a couple obvious questions. If they can't give you service, why not switch to another service?
To another service? Oh, I'm already looking into that.
Okay. There are many, many, many services
But I
available
also
now,
need one that has internet. I want them together.
which is easy.
Yeah.
For example, all phone service now that's really dependable and good is through IP, through broadband. And it's still phone service. It's still a landline, but it's through Wi-Fi. And I suspect maybe your CenturyLink is. You have a modem that comes into your house, right?
Right.
Your phones connect to that modem. Is that correct?
Right.
Okay. Did you have any power outages or spikes recently?
No, and
Did your computer guy
guy
reboot the modem and look at the bridging in the modem?
I'm sorry, what?
Did your computer guy look at the modem?
Yes.
Did he reboot it and look at the configuration of the modem?
Yes, he did.
And what did he say?
I don't remember what
Is he familiar with Wi-Fi phones?
I'm sorry, Tom. I don't know. I've been working with CenturyLink.
I get it. I know you're frustrated, Sandy, but you called and we're trying to help you. And we have. Do we have somebody at CenturyLink that will
I do
take
wonder,
our
Tom,
call? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not in program. Go ahead,
Hey,
Susan.
Tom, I do wonder about, I know with the services today like CenturyLink, couldn't she go into her online portal and forward her phone number to her cell so she could at least get calls to her cell about her landline while
And that
this
would
gets resolved?
and that would eliminate her modem and her inside wiring if she gets calls that
until
way.
she gets this
Did you
fixed.
ever try? Hey,
Call forwarding's not working either.
wow,
Oh, dear.
this is terrible. This is a
This
nightmare
poor
for
woman.
her.
It's all her clients and everything.
I know
Tom.
it. I know it. She's. You can tell she's resigned and upset.
Yeah.
I don't blame her. And when you call them, they simply say, "What? We're working on it."
No, they give me various versions. They've told me it's fixed when it's not. Then they told me it's because of my call forwarding, so they took that off. They said,
I've
Can
got
you
some
give your number?
contacts, Tom.
Are you on your cell right now, Sandy?
no, actually, I was able to call out on my landline
Are you still able to call out?
once in a while.
Do you also have a cell number?
Yes.
Can you give us your cell number off the air? And then I want to call your landline. I really do. I want to call it. I want to see what happens. I'm sorry, I don't.
No, my cell phone's downstairs. I can give you the number, but I have to go down and
but
get
what
it.
I mean is I want you to hang up on this line, and we want to call you back to see what happens. I just want to hear. I really do. And then, do we have any Sentry?
Yeah, I have a couple contacts I can reach out to.
That's what we need to do, just so this woman is not just in limbo. But give us your number. I want to do an experiment and call you. I'll do it. I can do it on my cell phone through the speaker, just because we don't. I mean, we're not. Just know that we'll be calling you right back. I'm Tom Martino.
This hour from the Trajan Wealth K-House Studios. Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Our American Stories.
Or a drive across town, not looking too bad out here. We got a little slowing if you're I-25 making your way southbound here from I-70 down to Spear. We're a little sluggish. And northbound traffic a little crunched up. Alameda getting up north of Colfax. Of course, we're filled in pretty good both sides of 270 as you make your way across Commerce City. 225, C470, 6th Avenue, Boulder Turnpike, those routes all wide open for you. Unfortunately, we aren't dealing with any crashes out here. We're actually in pretty good shape. A lot of light traffic. As we look at your weather forecast today, a lot of clouds and some scattered shower this afternoon. High up near 74. It's 62 degrees now. With your impact traffic and weather, I'm Aaron O'Neill, 630 KHOW.
This is Lee Habib, host of Our American Stories. On our next episode, we'll tell the story of how a black cowboy may have been the inspiration for the Lone Ranger. You won't want to miss the next episode of Our American Stories.
You know, the Art of Granite will give you a price on the phone right now. Call them. Now, the Art of Granite works in a couple ways. First and foremost, they have their yard that you can pick granite from. They have in their warehouse, or you can go somewhere else and to do it, and they'll put it on their wholesale account. So they want you to get materials for wholesale. But if you do their remnant yard, where they have big pieces left over, you can probably do an island, a small kitchen, whatever. You get the materials free. Now, in all cases, after materials, you pay for fabrication and installation. That's it. Even tear out and haul away is free, and they'd be happy to give you a price on the phone. Sue's just had a quartz done. She loves it. She loves their service. theartofgranite.com, 303-386-5919. QCcolorado.com. QC, the quiet, cool, whole house fan. On days like this, you don't need air ever. You use that to get circulating, wonderful, cool, fresh air. You can use it throughout the year. In the winter on mild days, you can recirculate air and get out of that stuffy, heated environment and get that air exchange for health. You can also, of course, in the summer, use it to augment your air conditioner, to help it to even out the temperatures in your home. There are so many good things about the whole house fan. It's difficult to talk about it unless you know someone who has one. They're unbelievable. 303-800-3419. They have paid for themselves for me because I have one in each house, and I'll tell you, it pays for itself. 303-800-3419, QCcolorado.com.
iHeartRadio Olympics.
I'm going to try this phone number myself here in a minute. Okay, darling. Okay.
Hi.
Okay, let's see here. 720. This poor lady.
Yes, on Tom's side, yes. It appears to be a bad Ethernet cable. I was hoping to fix it, but I'll just put in a ticket on it.
I don't know if we have Henry to call him back, but I got a comment from O'Mara.
Yeah. Oh,
hi, Sandy. This is the Tom Martino Show. Just trying this number. I get your voicemail.
Did she get the?
Leaving a voicemail
Yeah.
and talk. I will talk to you on your cell.
Because we plug it in and
We'll just scratch jalapenos all together.
Because you paid and then he paid, and then I think I should pay, and then we should.
Appreciate lunch.
Correct. So not affecting.
Yeah, I got a
quality.
text from somebody I know at O'Mara.
Oh, okay. And then I tried her office number. It goes to a voicemail.
Yeah.
I can leave a voicemail, but I don't know if she gets it. I'm going to call her back on her cell.
Yeah, okay.
So I don't know if you want to try it as well. But I tried it.
No, that's good that you did it. We'll just report it.
Okay. Got it.
Right.
Is she trying to answer it? Maybe she didn't even hear it. That's another thing. Let's ask her if she's right near her phone. I mean,
corporate. I will.
okay, just one large, a little extra cheese and pepperoni. You want?
That's fine. That's good. Yeah, plenty.
Extra cheese, extra sauce, extra pep.
Yep.
Extra what?
Pepperoni.
Oh, not extra pepperoni. No, sometimes that's too much.
Okay, but a big one.
Yeah, large.
That's enough? I'm not having pizza.
Yeah, but I think Shannon, or somebody else, large is good.
Well,
They can
we
always
have his
take it.
microphone on twice. The first time we waited long enough for him to turn on his mic, and he always says the same thing. I keep forgetting to turn this thing on. And then he starts to record. And then
I tried looking him up.
Oh, is that
that
your
guy
phone?
with the American
Oh,
plane.
I'm getting a call.
Said he was
from
going to take it
Sarah.
over to Magco.
But yeah, so that's what happened. And then
Magco, I
just
worked for them
sometime
years
it
ago.
Are they all right?
You chased him out of town.
wasn't. Correct. Yeah,
He used to be across the street from Casa Bonita,
you bet.
and then he was over off of 26 in Youngsfield. Was Jeff Spielman.
Sarah, what's
Now,
going on?
I can't.
Wait. I know that name.
Now I can't find his name in any of the reviews. Looking up Magco and Secretary
Now,
of State,
here's what I'd appreciate is if
nothing
in this
comes up, so it's
conversation
registered under
that
some
you're
other
about to
name.
have,
But
I am not
the
mentioned
signage
at all.
from what is available
I
online.
swear to
are
God, I
actually
will hunt
exact
you down.
But his reviews
And I
are
will
online.
and I will wrap you in the fence that I'm hiding.
Maybe
No,
he's
I
changed
don't
his
have
ways.
the damn.
If he's involved with it.
Only because, and the only reason I'm asking not to mention me is I don't remember when I touched him. Was it before?
Well, he
was it
literally-
right
he was-
before.
So he was
Boulder,
over across
or right
from
after?
Casa Bonita.
Was it like what
And then
was I moving it
they moved over up
into
26 in
your
Youngsfield
getaway
when they
car
lost that
to
lease.
go up there?
Then he
or into
tried
the
moving
DCO,
up
or
north
out of the
after
truck
he started
into the
getting
van.
in trouble with Tom,
I remember
calling
touching
you.
it around.
And then
the
last I
bottom
heard,
of
he
the
was
brakes. I
in
just don't
something like
remember
South Platte,
putting it in or
Nebraska.
taking it out.
Oh, wow.
So it was just funny to
Henry?
hear the name pop up.
Jeff's.
Yeah, that'll be fine. So
this Henry?
I'm sorry.
Didn't he have
I don't know
another
what
one?
to
He
tell you.
didn't have.
And
Didn't he have another one?
Hi,
too?
is this Henry?
it's not.
Best as I know.
Station.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Fresh water. You can't say too much about it. Waterpros.net. I love these guys. Paul the Waterman. You'll never get better products at lower prices. If you want fresh drinking water along with your supplementation, nutrition, that you need it. $1,400. What are you kidding me? 303-862-5554. All right. Now, Henry, the reason I wanted you back real quick, I got a behind-the-scenes text from a contact I have that shall remain nameless at O'Mara. They're actually there. And they said, are you being charged for hail damage on a loaner?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. The insurance already paid for it.
Okay, I just want to make sure they got the
$4,000.
right information because I don't know if you've told me that, but in any case, and they said you were pissed at that. And then you're also pissed because what your car needs is not under warranty and is not something they did. They said that you need a catalytic converter and that's it.
Okay. Here's my argument.
Henry, let me ask you a question. I'll let you talk, I promise. Did they tell you needed a catalytic converter?
Yes, they did.
Yeah, you should have mentioned that to us. Go ahead now. What's your story?
Yeah, I mean, you barely let me talk all the time, Tom, so I would have got to that, but...
Yeah, sure you would
yeah,
have.
So, only been a month and a half since I had that vehicle back. They did a full diagnostic before, and they said there was no signs of any of the catalytic going bad. Not even a couple of days after having that, I told them it doesn't sound, something sounds wrong. It doesn't seem right. And bad fuel economy is still shifting wrong. I need this in. They tabled my concerns and put first the damn hail damage. Okay, they would not.
Well, the hail
answer me
damage
until I
is a
get my
separate
truck in.
issue.
Yeah, but they were so adamant taking care of that first. They would press me. I said, hey, this is insurance. If you're going to pursue it with insurance will take care of it.
Well, they don't have to pursue it with insurance. You do.
Well, they filed the claim.
Good.
The claim went through. It got repaired. Okay, I have $1,000 deductible. I have the money.
Henry,
I just want them to
the reason
understand
they're
that.
putting that hail damage first is because under the terms of any loaner agreement or rental agreement, you're responsible for hail damage.
So my truck sits on the line. I understand I'm responsible. I'm not fighting that, Tom. That's beyond.
But what does
that's a
this
separate
have to
issue.
do? What does this have to do with a catalytic converter?
Okay, so if a computer is not programmed correctly with these new vehicles, the fuel, the oil, and the air is going to be off. A vehicle will
Hold
not
on.
run
I want my guys to
efficiently.
weigh in on this. Kevin, he is saying, so you believe the computer is not programmed properly?
It threw a code. It has a code. The diagnostic that they sent me has a code, and it says that the computer needs reprogrammed. Okay, that
Okay.
should have been done and completed when they had it.
Very possible.
What
Sure.
does that have to do with a catalytic converter?
I think he's saying that if they had programmed it when they had it, the catalytic converter.
Is he saying it ruined the catalytic converter?
I think that's where
Can it ruin the catalytic converter, guys?
Unless it's spewing black smoke out of the back, I don't see it, no.
With it running heavy, if it has a wrong mixture, it's going to build up somewhere.
It's not going to ruin the catalytic converter.
Well, then it.
So let me ask you this, Henry. Let's just get right to it. I want to know, are you going to replace the catalytic converter, or do you feel they ruined it and they should pay for it?
I feel like this all happened in such a short time. If I could have got my vehicle back in before the damn hail damage was the priority.
How many miles are on this truck?
Like 100 and something now, I think.
Henry, I don't hear a major problem. They did a bunch of work under warranty, and now you have a catalytic converter you need, and they wanted their hail damage fixed. Henry, I don't hear a big problem. I really don't. I don't think you're being jerked around.
Well,
it feels like it to you. It feels like it to you because you didn't like that you brought your car in. It wasn't running right after all that warranty work, and all they were concerned about is the hail damage. And you felt like you didn't get priority, and now you feel like, I don't know how you feel about the catalytic converter because I've asked you 100 times, and you keep saying you don't have a chance to talk. How do you feel about replacing the catalytic converter to see if it makes a difference?
Of course, Tom. That's gonna fucking fix that problem.
Go and get him. Bye. Just bye.
Oh wow,
Tom. Bye. Just dump him. Okay. Look, he swore. You know what? I'm done with him. Okay. I'm done with him because I'm done with him because he said he didn't have a chance to tell me about. You know what? That's a bunch of BS. I am so sick and tired of people telling me that. You're full of crap. You did not tell the whole story. You're pissed at the hail damage. You keep bringing it up. You mentioned it 3 times. We're done. 303-713-8255. Antonio, what's going on with you? Hello, Antonio.
I received a letter from Home Service /XL to regarding the exterior electro system. It's a plan for $5.99 a month.
Okay, and what do they say? What does Excel say you will get for this?
They will replace the exterior electro system, components, including the weatherhead, insulator, riser, meter base, and service.
For $5.99
a month. Yes. I just want to know: is it worth it, or is this a scare tactic?
Okay, Antonio.
Yes.
What they're saying is, if you pay $5.99 a month, they will protect the outside components of your electrical system.
Correct.
Okay. How long have you lived at the house?
Oh, God, since 87.
Let me ask you something. Have you ever had anything go wrong in your outside electrical components since 1987 that you've ever had to pay for?
No.
Okay. You just answered your question. Now, let me explain what companies are doing. Water companies, sewer companies, electrical companies, name it. They're trying to come up with what is called residual income, non-traditional income, they call it as well. Okay? What that means is NTR, non-traditional revenue. What that means is this. If you can get non-traditional revenue, then in the slow times, you have money coming in a steady flow. Many companies sell memberships, like be a member and you get priority pricing, you get appointment priority, you get this. Now, I am not saying that these things are bad, okay? I'm not. The memberships, if they come with services, I think they're good. If they come with annual services for certain things, they're not bad, if the math makes sense. But the $5.99 for the sewer protection, you can get insurance on your house. You don't need to pay that. The $5.99 for exterior, the only thing that's going to go wrong with that is normal wear and tear or lightning strikes. Normal wear and tear, you'll never be charged for those transformers or anything anyway. So I don't even know what they're getting at. There's if you need an electrical panel, you need certain things. Yes, you might have to pay for it. Now, you decide if you want to pay $5.99 a month. I think it's pissing money away. That's my personal opinion. And I don't like the way Excel does business anyway, and I'll tell you why. Excel is not very genuine when it comes to their warranties. They have these appliance warranties and in-house warranties and all kinds of warranties, but never once, ever, will they tell you what is covered for sure. Because even though you think those things are covered, Antonio, they're going to tell you there's going to be circumstances they're not covered. They're going to tell you, well, a truck hit that, or it's old, or it's normal wear and tear, or it's a lightning strike, or it's something. What I'm getting at is the exclusions in that policy. When they put this out to thousands and thousands of customers, they do it for a reason. It's not a bad reason. They want to make money. So the chances are you're not going to use it, and you just proved it to yourself. Not once. 87, 97, 17, not once in 30 some odd years have you used it. In almost 40 years, not once would you have used it. Look at how much you would have paid. So I think it's just another way for them to try to get revenue, because revenue is something people want when, especially now that people are conserving electricity.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Or drive across town, not looking too bad out here. We got a little slowing if you're I-25 making your way southbound here from I-70 down to Spear. We're a little sluggish. And northbound traffic a little crunched up. Alameda getting up north to Colfax. Of course, we're filled in pretty good both sides of 270 as you make your way across Commerce City. 225, C470, 6th Avenue, Boulder Turnpike, those routes all wide open for you. Unfortunately, we aren't dealing with any crashes out here. We're actually in pretty good shape. A lot of light traffic. As we look at your weather forecast today, a lot of clouds and some scattered showers this afternoon. High up near 74. It's 62 degrees now. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Aaron O'Neill, 630 KHOW.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Blindster is a family-run business that began in 2010, and we've sold millions of custom blinds, shades, and shutters and received over 100,000 five-star reviews. Don't hire an expensive pro. Do it yourself and save big at Blindster.com.
Lazy Days RV will get you service and sales, whether new or used, great trade-in prices, whatever you want with RVs. You know, RVs are hard to work on. Most garages can't do that, but they have a special maintenance facility for your RV, whether you bought it from Lazy Days or not, warranty work or not. They can handle it all at exit 240 and I-25 on the frontage road up there, lazydays.com, your RV authority. These are the people that have locations all over the country, so you're covered. lazydays.com. You know, Zero Res, you know what their hallmark is? ZeroResDenver.com? Nothing in their water. I mean, they have softened, purified, and a little alkaline-based water that is the best cleaning agent in nature. I've proven it. I've taken some of this water, I swear to you, and I've actually I soaked my finger for a few seconds and then wiped super glue off my hand. Now, that's just water. No chemicals, no soaps, no emulsifiers. And they get all the crap out of your carpet, the allergens, the pathogens, all of the dust, dirt, and debris, and the previous cleaning crap. And when it comes out of your carpets are clean, really clean, zero resified. And guess what? It'll stay clean longer because of it. And your indoor air environment will be better, and it's safe for kids crawling around, safe for you, safe for pets. ZeroResDenver.com. 303-471-5150. 471-5150. Call today now that school's going back.
What if you had a plan that protected you against future...
Anyway, warranty, what now? What's that? Oh, he was starting to say something a little bit ago.
Oh, yeah. No, it's just dealing with heads. Chrysler 3.6, cams and everything. Just a pain in the... Change the pair of heads on the car. I had one of the rollers on one of the followers locked up.
QC.
And they won't let us change the cam.
What's that?
Got to swap the whole head.
What do you think's going on with that other guy, though? Do you think?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, he keeps pointing at the transmission. They say he needs a cat.
Oh, my God.
The cat will definitely
Dating a
affect
guy
the
who
way
just
that transmission-
graduated law school, has been
So
studying all
he's
summer
looking
for
at
the
a symptom,
bar,
not a
doesn't know if he
cause.
passed or not. He's a bum.
I mean, he's
he
not-
doesn't work.
He's
It's
hanging
like,
the whole thing on
oh
the fact that
my
it says that needs to
God.
be programmed.
Yeah, no, I know.
I don't remember
I'm like,
any
oh
code
my God.
that says
like,
it needs
this
to be
kid,
programmed.
Poor Adelaide.
The computer
you know?
doesn't know, hey, oh, by the way, I just got this
Kid will
firmware
never
update.
live
It doesn't work
up.
like that. He probably had a 420 or a 430. And he's,
There's got to be some.
A lot of times they reprogram it to move the parameters so you
In front of him, behind him.
But,
Let's
you know,
see, the
it,
CenturyLink
I wouldn't address his
Angel.
concerns with a bad cat either. He can come into my shop and I tell him, go get your cat fixed. Come back if you still got trouble.
Yeah. Got to fix it first.
So, but
So I
it's a
guess
2020,
it's
so
best if
probably a
Mary
10
is
speed.
seeing someone.
So if he
you
doesn't have
just
a bad transmission now, he will.
Stay out of it.
Yeah.
Well, they just redid his transmission.
Huh?
I thought they just redid his transmission.
Yeah. I've been around some of the people she's dating, and I'm not horrible. I get.
That's what he said it needed, but he said that the water pump and the timing. And the
Are you
timing
nice to them?
Yeah.
You are?
Yeah.
But he still needs a transmission.
Yeah.
They're not telling me he needs a transmission. He's looking at the symptoms.
Troubleshooter show.
Transmission's
What
not
is your
shifting
first
right.
name?
Well, of course it's not. If you got a plug cat.
Plug cat, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, Antonio. Did you have more questions? Oh, I'm sorry about that. It was a little technical issue there. But if you need to talk to him some more, sir, I'm happy to put you back on.
No, he's his own worst enemy.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much.
Probably take care of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, listen, you give us a call anytime if you need some help or advice, okay? Okay, you take good care, sir. Bye.
And I don't think cats are covered.
Yeah, because it's an emission warranty, so they don't play.
Well, and that's good to 100,000.
Yeah.
So, but he's breached that, and that's where he's at.
Are
That's
these
what he said.
Anthony's?
Now it's got over 100 something.
Oof.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'll wait till the top of the hour. Give me
It's
more time.
It can be a struggle on here, poor Kel, fighting through that.
Fighting through what?
Finding the right people,
Oh,
the right.
I just haven't done it. I knew which one it was, but I was just like, it's been a minute.
Here we come.
Ahow.com.
excelroofing.com as an excellent EXCEL free hail inspections. You don't have to sign anything. You don't have to pay a penny, even if they take the job after a full inspection. You don't have to sign anything, and no penny, not a cent until you're content. excelroofing.com, 303-761-6400. The very first roofer I call, 303-761-6400. All right. Now, CenturyLink, Sandy, we tried calling her, and it went to voicemail. Did she ever hear it ring?
When I told her that, Tom, she was shocked. I was able to leave a voicemail.
Well, she was shocked at that, but she wasn't shocked that she didn't hear it. She never hears her phone ring. Is that right,
Well,
Sandy?
she also didn't hear her cell phone ring.
What?
When I called her
No,
cell phone.
No.
Oh,
It
sorry.
rang.
Oh, gosh.
Hello, are you there?
Yeah, we're here.
It rang, but when I picked up, you weren't there. But now I got you.
Okay.
My office phone did not ring.
Wow.
Hey, Tom, I had a gentleman call. He said his small business had the exact same thing happen to him. He's been without service with CenturyLink for the last 15 days. He finally just ported his number over to Comcast and is going to be lit back up with them on Monday.
Oh, my God.
So I
and
wonder-
they, by the way, Comcast does internet and phones. That's who we have here at the office.
Okay, my phone's ringing. This is Sandy.
Oh, wow.
What's that?
Her landline's ringing because we're on her cell phone.
Oh. Who called her?
Hopefully a
It was,
client.
it was an automatic call. I don't know. It was a,
How the hell they get through? What
yeah,
are the-
no kidding. The telemarketers obviously.
Yeah, the telemarket, the crap calls went through. Oh, my God.
So there was another man who had the same problems as me with CenturyLink. He's been out for 15 days.
Right.
So now he's checked to Comcast.
He's just ported his number over to Comcast, Sandy, and said he just called it quits with CL. Just couldn't handle it.
Did you indicate, though, that you had it before I do that? Did you indicate you
Yeah,
had
we have a contact. Yeah, we do. We're going to send it over.
Okay.
Would you stay in? I'm going to mark this as pending. You stay in touch with us.
Sure.
Okay, we're going to send it up. Thank you. Thank you very much. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Okay, now, Kay, and by the way, today is car day. You know, Kevin's here and Jeff's here. We'll introduce them next hour and get some car calls going as well, some texts. I want to remind you, you can text me too on my Google Voice direct. That's a personal number, folks. You can do that 24/7, seriously. 747-999-5280. Just don't abuse it. But I'm serious. You can text me, 747-999-5280. So write it down. If you have friends that have a problem, it comes directly to me. Now, we also have the, the texting for the station, which is 57739. Nothing wrong with that one. If you want to text me, you can do that too. 57739. All right. By the way, we're still going to take some car things as well. But Kay wants to talk about Champion Windows. What's going on?
Yes, I had windows delivered at March 26th.
Now, when you say delivered, were they installed as well?
Right, installed.
Okay.
And they came without the screens. Well, the installer made an order to order them, and they said they would be ready in 3 months. Well, they weren't. They said they hadn't even ordered my screens.
Now, hold on. Do windows normally come with screens when you order them from Champion? I don't know this. I don't know.
Yes.
Okay.
I believe it's a legal thing with the windows. I've heard that.
I've never heard of it being illegal or not, but I mean, in any case, you never got, here's the bottom line, you never got your screens.
That's right, and they're supposed to be ready now at the end of September, but I'm starting to think that they probably aren't even going to do it then.
You know what? We're going to have somebody call and find out. But let me just say something, and I'm sorry to have to say this. If I had to pick one of the finest companies that went from the top of the mountain to Shinola, it would be Champion.
It's too bad, Tom.
Huh?
It's too bad.
Champion is the worst company you can deal with. And I'm telling you right now, people, do not use Champion windows, siding and doors or patios or whatever the hell they are. Champion is not the same company. It's not. I used to know all of the people at Champion. They're all different. It's a whole different new company that owns it. They suck. Champion Windows, avoid them. You can call me personally. We have never once had them solve a problem for a consumer. Not once in the last few years. They absolutely suck. Champion Windows. Remember it.
Men, when addressing the problem of erectile dysfunction, you want the right treatment for your specific medical situation. Because every case is different, and finding the right treatment can mean the difference between just an okay experience and an amazing one. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and at our practices, we offer the full range of ED treatment protocols, and can even combine therapies to help make those intimate moments special, both for you and your partner. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, we're the leader in treating ED in the area. Our medical providers specialize in men's sexual health and understand that no two cases are alike, which means you'll get the right treatment for you based on sound medical evaluation and appropriate applications of medical therapies. Plus, we offer treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases, which means if you're like most men, you'll get your sex life back. So call us. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit...
I liked how I was telling Mark yesterday, he's like, so did you like doing the show
Suze,
today?
you're on the
and
phone.
I'm like,
Can you hear me?
oh yeah.
I just want to let you know that we're not on YouTube, right?
We are. We've been live
We
since
are?
about 10
Okay,
after.
I keep getting fucking texts. Let me see. We are on? Okay.
We've been on. Yeah, Mark and I got it handled. Anyway, I told Mark, I said, well, I don't talk to anybody at home except for my sister and one best friend. I said, this is my social hour. This is my socialization.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about, bro. We're on.
Yeah, we're on. I don't know who's saying what. We've been on since 10:10.
Maybe they got CenturyLink for their internet.
Yeah, that is probably it. Okay, let's see. Chopper, I'm going to text you.
Kamala
Chop.
Harris, who gets no questions from the media whatsoever,
Hey,
except softball bullshit.
Hey, Chuck, Kay's phone was going dead, so wait like a half hour to call her. I'm going to text you her phone number.
Oh no, she's not there. She had nothing to do with the border. What the fuck? Why do you leave her alone?
Okay,
She
now
had
I gotta
nothing to
order
do with the
pizza.
border. Did you know that? Nothing at all.
Whether she got the title or not, she had nothing to do with it. Yeah.
Okay, frickin' Anthony's. Let me see here. Oh,
I'm gonna use the rest.
go 3.
Oh my God. Do you know I don't drink Coke anymore except when I'm here?
Really?
I've given it up completely years ago. But I like it every now and then. I think
It's
that
funny.
I was drinking so fucking much.
Yeah, there is a limit.
I gave up soda pop altogether.
Oh no, I don't drink
So-
anything. No, that's what I meant. When I say I gave that up, I gave up Mountain Dew, all of that. Except when I'm here. So last time I was here, I had one. And then today she brought me one.
Yeah, I stopped drinking it in probably 2012, 2013. Stopped getting kidney stones.
Yeah, I can't. I've never been a pop fan. I just don't get anything out of it. I mean, carbonation once in a while is good.
That's what beer's for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's where I'm at. You know, we got other ways-
What the hell do
we
you
got
need all
other
that sweet
sugar
crap for,
carbonate,
right?
Exactly. So, but yeah, it doesn't quench your thirst anyway. It just makes
No.
you thirsty.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird though. I mean, guys I've worked with over the years, you know, my heavy line guy, I swear he goes through a 12-pack a day.
What's worse is Mountain Dew drinkers.
Oh yeah, they're crazy.
Yeah. I had a builder that he was probably a 12-pack a day.
Yeah.
And then I had another builder, he was into the monster drinks. But it wasn't just the regular big cans you see. I mean, he had these oil can looking ass motherfuckers. And he'd drink about 4 of those a day.
My guys are all drinking that shit too. And I just like,
I like them when we're going back and forth when we're on a long road trip.
Yeah.
Because I can nurse it over about 4 hours.
Sure.
Problem is, if you get there too late, then you're sitting on that monster high and you can't go to fucking sleep.
Their treatment is in the hands of an expert, a licensed local orthodontic specialist who improves their
So like,
smile.
because of the middle bridge closure and everything, and the only times they have County Road 26 open for us, we'll leave the house tonight 6:30. We won't make it to the cabin until between 11:30 and 11:45 tonight.
AAOinfo.org.
it's weird. I can't find the live feed.
Live feed for what? Live feed for what? Oh, on YouTube? I'm on it right now.
I know you said that, but I don't know why I can't find it.
Sometimes you have to refresh YouTube, get out of it, and go back to it.
In advance of the November election, county clerks are looking to hire election judges. Denver Elections Division's Michaela Ortega.
Right now, we're going to need about 900 election workers for this election. Again, going back to the size of the ballot.
She tells Fox
The
31 that
ballot
they
this year's 3
right
pages
now
long.
What's that?
The ballot this year's 3 pages long.
Oh, dude, one of them, one of the things we're going to have voting on again, and this is freaking anti-hunting groups jumping in where they don't fucking belong. You know, the DOW and biologists have all said, you know, continue to manage the freaking fur bearers, but they want to get rid of mountain lion hunting, bobcat hunting. They put links in there, which I don't understand. They're already protected anyway.
Yeah, it's protected species.
So, but there's a reason to be hunting these, and it starts off the ballot question as, do you believe hunting trophy hunting is wrong? Whoa, 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 whoa! How do you jump to fucking trophy hunting?
Yeah, what is a trophy?
I got news for you, man. Have you ever had fucking mountain lion? That's some of the best pussy you'll ever eat.
What is going on?
Actually, it is good.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, my God.
Now, one year we were deer hunting, and we came real close.
So on Tuesday, you're out, Tom.
Okay, yeah. We sure as hell didn't see him. And it was probably,
Okay.
40, 50 feet.
Good.
It's a good one.
I've had a
We're
couple.
watching deer getting flushed.
Yeah.
God almighty.
They smelled the cat.
Well, yeah, I didn't know. We're
Yeah.
looking and looking and looking.
Do
And
they-
you can see buckskin color coming through the, you know, the scrub oaks and stuff.
So I'll tell Joel to come in the studio.
You know, the next one comes out.
Just because there is a percentage that we're
The last thing I expected to see was the lion.
Right.
just like you.
Yeah, I've bumped
He
them.
turned his head right at us.
Skedaddled.
So they're
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, they usually want nothing to do with you. I mean, I've caught them a time or two. It was real cool a few years ago. I caught one out early in the morning, sunning herself out in the freaking hillside. Watched her for about 45 minutes. I mean, they kind of made the trip all by itself, you know.
No, I
Had another one that
understand
tracked me and the dog one time when we were over by Cheeseman. But we had one. We had packed in camp. We're on pack horses, and we're leaving camp. You know, got everything loaded up. And it's about a 2 days ride for us to get out. And the horses were just spooky. Yeah, so we're kind of paying attention. Well, this cat, it was day 2, early in the morning.
Take advantage of it.
And the cat was catching it up on the ridgeline, just as the horses caught full scent of this cat. Now I know how to just you're supposed to ride on top of the horse. That's about as good of a fucking rider as I am, right? They spooked. That horse threw me, hurt me pretty good,
Okay.
and then boom, they're gone. It took us 4 hours to find those fucking horses.
Where is Miss K?
No, they don't like the smell of that.
Oh, I don't have a Google Voice anymore. I've got to set another one up. God bless
I
America.
dislocated my shoulder when he tossed me.
We used to hunt up in
I'm
Meeker
gonna text her from
Mm-hmm.
my phone. I'm sure she won't bug.
Sure, right?
Grandfather hunted mountain lion with Teddy.
We'll see.
That's cool.
You going raw dog with a listener?
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show, folks. Okay, for the first time this morning, we have open lines, so you can get right in at 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255, or 303-MARTINO, that's 303-627-8466. What's going on? Today's car day. Now, we don't talk just cars, but we will bat it around a little here. Transmissionsdenver.com is Jeff Fick's website for Kimmer Transmission, and then Kevin Kalkin has SheridanAutotech.com. They're both here. So, guys, the heat, did you see anything particularly troubling with the heat, cars, things people are missing, or was it pretty good? I mean, any uptick in anything, guys, with the heat? Because I always talk about heat.
We definitely see an uptick in the work when the heat comes in.
Really?
I mean, extreme temperatures.
More so than extreme cold, or about the same?
Probably more so.
Yes.
But extreme cold is also good to our industry.
Okay, so extreme cold would be hard on which system?
Primarily hard parts, as far as the transmission is concerned.
As far as the regular car, Kev, cold?
Starting.
Okay.
Yeah, people can't get them started.
Lubrication, proper
proper
lubrication.
Everything, yep.
Okay. And then hot is basically everything. Belts, hoses, everything.
Air conditioning, stressed, everything.
Yep.
Yes.
Lubrication.
Yep.
And by the way, we'll go to the phones. Callers take priority, but these are important discussions. So what can they do in the heat? You have to keep your cooling system at optimum operating levels. So what do you do?
The trick is to not wait till you get the extreme. If you just do regular basic maintenance.
Right. So what is the school on cooling? Every 2 years, flushing, changing?
Yeah, depending on mileage and everything else.
Or do you just keep it topped, or do you change it? Do you actually?
No, I think you need to change it because it does get acidic, so it will start eating away at itself.
Well, and if you are having to keep it top, you've got a leak someplace
Yes,
that needs to be addressed.
You shouldn't have to really add a lot.
It's a contained system. It's not like engine oil. It's not going to burn it. It's not drinking it. So if you're losing antifreeze, then you've got a leak someplace.
Always?
Yes. Whether it's through the engine itself, like through a head, or whether it's something that's dripping on the ground, you are losing fluid.
Can it get out of the expansion a little?
Not
and
if you
evaporate?
don't overfill it. If it's to the proper level, it can't get out.
Okay. Avis, I don't know what you're calling about, but it's okay. What's going on? Avis? A roofing problem. A roofing.
Yes.
Go ahead, Avis. What's going on?
Well, my sister needs her roof fixed. She's in Aurora.
Oh, by the way, hold on one sec. Suze, what did we do with Kay and her screens? Are we going to give this to somebody to call champion?
I already sent it to Chopper.
A chopper. Okay, let me put that down because a champion, I just went off on a tyrant. Chopper, we assign that to. Okay, go ahead, dear. Sorry, Avis, go ahead.
Okay, anyways, these salespeople come around, you know, as they're in the neighborhood, and she mistakenly signed a contract thinking it was for an estimate.
Avis, did they say they needed you to sign something to look at the roof?
No, they just stopped by and said, "Can we look at your roof?" And since
But you didn't sign anything, is that right?
not to look at the roof, no.
Okay, and when they looked at your roof, then what did they say?
They came back and said there was such and such damage, and sign this contract, and it's to do the roof.
Did you sign the contract?
Unfortunately, she did not understand.
And who is this you're talking about? A friend? Your sister?
My sister.
Okay. Now, I want to know this. What is wrong with... Now, I'm not... It sounds like first of all, you should never sign a contract based on someone at the door, ever. You should always check out the company. If it just so happens when you check out companies, they happen to be a good company, that's okay. But again, here's what I detest about roofers. They knock on the door. Usually they trick people into signing a contract that day. Sometimes even before looking at the roof, they say, you got to sign for us to see the roof. Then they sign, or they get you to sign afterwards. And the worst part is the contracts are usually illegal. In Colorado, a contract has to be fully specified with materials and labor, and every dime has to be on there. And then that is what you use to know if your insurance company is being straight with you. So the contract that she signed, was it in detail?
There was no information as to how much.
Of course not.
You know, like they,
of course not. I'll bet you, and I bet you I know why. I bet you I know why. Because it said something about we'll do whatever the insurance company approves.
Right.
That is the worst roofing company you can ever have in the world. People, listen to me. If ever you have a roofer who says on a contract, they will do whatever the insurance company approves, kick him in the ass down the road. Do not use them ever, 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 ever. In fact, you must insist on a full detailed contract. Now, when they say, oh, we don't have to, we're going to do whatever the insurance company does. No, you want to know what you need, how much you need, and how much it will cost. Then when the adjuster comes and says, you don't need this, you can think, well, yes, I do. My roofer says I do. Then you at least have knowledge. You don't have knowledge when a roofer says whatever the insurance company approves or something to that effect. And so that contract, in my opinion, is illegal, and she should be able to get out of it. They should also give her 3 days to rescind without any kind of penalty. Were you going to say that, Jeff? Did you ever have guys come to your house, Jeff?
Oh, yeah, all the time. All the time.
None of them want to do detailed contracts except Excel Roofing.
And the easiest way to get them off the porch is just tell them you're a renter.
So your sister, when did she sign the contract?
A few weeks ago, and there was a 72-hour clause on it.
Did she? And she didn't cancel, right?
Right.
Okay, now I want to know something else because this is important. Did she pay any money up front?
No.
Thank God. Now, can you send that contract to us?
Yes.
What is the name of the roofer?
Elijah Construction.
Elijah or Elijah? What?
Elysion, I think.
Elyison?
Why? Like, yes.
Elyson. I don't know. Can you find an Elyson roofing anywhere, guys?
Not yet.
It's on the internet.
It is. Okay, help me again. E-L-I?
E-L-Y.
S-I-A-N.
S-I-A-N. Okay. Okay, listen. They have no business leaving a contract with no prices, no materials, no specifications. So what is your sister's concern? Now, I'm not saying, by the way, I don't know these people. I'm assuming they're bad. They're bad because they started out bad. They didn't give her the proper contract. So what I want to know is, what is your sister's concern?
Well, it's more my concern because my sister got confused at the whole thing, and I'm afraid she's going to get took.
And she may, because they're going to come back for some money. Now, is there a penalty clause? It sounds like you're looking at the contract, right?
It's on my phone.
Is there a penalty clause on that?
Yeah, 15% of the insurance settlement.
Oh, my God. These people are such dog meat. Okay, I want you to send that contract to us. Suze, have her send the contract, okay? Hold on. I'm going to put you on hold for a minute. I'm going to go back to her, but I want to look at the contract. So Suze will talk to you in a minute, Avis. Do you see why I say Excel Roofing? I swear to God, they would never trick people like that. Why would you want to do business with a company that gives no specifications whatsoever and is going to work with your insurance company? That is the worst kind of roof you can get. Did you guys find this Elysian?
Yeah, they've got a physical presence.
They do. All right, I'm going to look them up, and I'm going to look at the contract. Meanwhile, people, do yourself a favor. excelroofing.com. They're not going to play these games. You will get a full detailed contract in writing. You will get no penalty clauses, nothing like that. Okay? I'm telling you, that's what you need. And it's excelroofing.com, 303-761-6400. And until other companies start doing business that way, I'm just going to tell it like it is. We have more coming right up on the Troubleshooter Show.
This is Dan Kaplis. Too many in Colorado have no respect for human life.
SIAN. Now, it is an out-of-state phone number that's listed up.
I know. They have one in Colorado. You're right. They're a national company. Do they have? I don't see any star ratings at all.
No, I looked that up too. They've got on the front page home.
LazyDays.com. That's the RV authority. Lazy Days RV. Now, Lazy Days does buying and selling, trading, new, used, pop-up campers to Class A diesel pushers and everything in between. And they have the service facility to service everything they sell. In fact, they'll service stuff they didn't sell. That's why we call them the RV authority. And people you should look up first when it comes to RVs. LazyDays.com. Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies. The name says it all. They help you plan for retirement. Now, you may wonder, what does that involve? Well, I'll tell you a little bit. They look at your investments. They look at your business. They look at everything you have. And they look at your elements, 401ks, Roths, maybe pensions, whatever you have. And then they come up with a plan to help you have a safe and secure retirement. And if you have questions on what they do specifically and what they can do for you, simply call them. They'll discuss all of it for you. 970-663-3211. Give them a call. Ask them, what can you do for me? They'll be very specific, transparent about all their fees, which are minor compared to what they save you. I am a client, 970-663-3211, rpcenter.com.
It looks like 15 reviews, 2 stars on Yelp.
They got bad reviews on
Glassdoor,
BBB too.
whoever the hell that is, 2.9.
The last 3 reviews on BBB are 1 star.
House, whatever that is, 3.7 out of 7 reviews. Not popular.
They're not good, huh?
Never supplied a build sheet, layout sheet, or anything. Needed 3 extensions from insurance company. Threatened legal action based on them losing. Yeah. Terrible reviews.
Which one are you reading?
BBB. Yeah. You got 6 1-star reviews on BBB.
And yet they're an accredited business.
Yep, they are accredited.
It wasn't on YouTube. Hang on.
Oh, really?
What the hell are you drinking? That looks like urine.
But it's orange urine. Or, I guess it is kind of yellow.
That is like you haven't pissed in 2 days, yellow urine.
Yeah.
Oh, my
God.
God.
And it smells like coffee. Why is that?
Are you one of
I
those
hate-
people that drink your own urine for health benefits?
Health benefits?
One
Yeah.
of those says they're an absolute nightmare to work with.
Just for fun. Wasn't that, that was a line in Dodgeball. I drink my own urine because it's sterile and I like the taste. No, this is...
If you had to drink one other person's urine or you would be killed, not your own, it has to be someone else's. Would it be like your daughter's?
No.
Your pups?
No.
Whose?
There's this one girl that was a lot of fun.
If I had to drink one other person's urine, it would be Mark's because I know what he puts in his body. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
So that just makes like the most sense.
No, there
Yeah,
was...
but what he puts in doesn't necessarily come out.
No.
Oh, but if you had to drink, what about you, Jeff? If you had to drink one other person's urine, who would it be?
I
Your
wouldn't.
wife's?
Nope. Just start digging a hole. I'm good.
Kevin?
I'm staying out of it.
I mean, there is a way to do that where it's perfectly safe. You can extract the water out of it.
Yeah.
You dig a
People
hole.
do it for
We've
health
all
benefits.
watched Bear Grylls. We know what we're doing.
Okay.
And I've never had anybody else's in my mouth.
Well, if you
But-
saw Shannon's drink in here, it looks like urine.
It's actually this great value alkaline water, and I added
urine.
And no energy drink, powdered great value energy drink.
Eons
It's on
ago,
Walmart.
they actually used to sell a powdered supplement. It was a health supplement for like building muscle and whatnot.
Yeah.
It was guaranteed to be 1% of dried urine from Jack LaLanne.
From who? Who's
Jack
that?
LaLanne. He was a
I'm so
bodybuilder in the
sheltered.
He was
50s and
bodybuilding before bodybuilding was
Yeah.
popular.
Oh,
Who
really?
was?
Yeah.
Jack LaLanne.
Oh,
I
yeah.
never heard
Suzanne
of him.
says, "Who's Jack LaLanne?"
I'm so
He was
sheltered.
Mr.
He was
Wheaties.
like Schwarzenegger about 30 years before.
He was
Arnold.
Mr. Wheaties.
Yep.
Yeah, he was.
He was on the
Super
Wheaties
healthy.
box before Caitlin.
Yep.
Oh.
They should put
Duffel
Caitlin
bird.
back on it.
Yeah. Show
Well,
us your box.
Between that
This
and
is what
yesterday's
Wheaties does to
Wordle,
you.
I guess I need to get more educated.
I have
or
never
something.
even tried Wordle.
K-How.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. ProBidEnergy.com for dependable solar people. You know, there's only two contractors we really endorse here. ProBidEnergy.com. They can help you with commercial or residential systems. Okay, now we're waiting for an email on that roofing company, but we looked them up. Guys, help me look them up. How would you pronounce the name? Elysian?
It looks like Elysian to me. Yeah.
Elysian. And man, Avis. Shannon, let's pull her up real quick here. Avis, they have the worst ratings you could have. And as suspected, they're accredited by the Better Business Bureau.
A+ accredited.
A+,
Yep.
which is a sure danger sign. And I'm really serious when I tell you that. The Better Business Bureau today is a shadow of its former self. It is a dinosaur. It is a disservice to businesses. And I urge people not to depend nor believe the Better Business Bureau. We have found people in prison with great ratings. We have found people like Elysian, which hardly has a good review. They're so bad, the reviews. What are those reviews saying, Kevin, that you see there?
Just they're a nightmare to work with.
A
They don't
nightmare.
show up.
One
They don't
star.
come out. 1 star, 1 star, 1 star. Yep.
God, guys,
Yeah,
what did you find?
And you can only find them on Yelp and then two very obscure.
Yeah, they're not on Google at all.
Yeah.
So if you see this, I recommend against Elysian.
Absolutely.
Or else, yeah, I would say Elysian, Elysian. And they seem to be a nationwide company, but they have an office here on North Pecos. And again, they gave her a blank contract. Remember, blank contracts are bad contracts, always in roofing. Whether it's enough to get her out of it, I'm going to look that up because I don't think it's legal in the state of Colorado. I ought to ask one of my roofers, but I want to make sure they know about whether or not people can get out of the contract as a result of it being not state, not, I shouldn't say state approved. The state actually specifies what should be in a roofing contract. Now, if it's not in the contract, would that make the contract null and void? I'm hoping it does. I'm going to look that up too. Now, we have Bill who's calling. Bill.
Hey, what's up?
What?
Hey.
Oh, Jay is calling in. Hold on. Let me bring Jay
I'm
up.
trying to call him.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought he was calling. Okay. Go ahead, Bill.
Well, I'm just wondering, I was listening to you if I should be concerned because my email is East Central, which used to be Mountain Peak. And I go through Central.
Well, hold on now. It's way different than that. Mountain Peak had East Central was separate from Mountain Peak, but
right.
But it doesn't matter. So listen, the name of your email is not as important, the name, as where it is housed. Where is that email now?
What do you mean by housed?
Okay. When you log in, where do you log in?
On my PC.
Okay.
It goes right to East Central.
Is East Central still around?
Yeah, I guess we pay for it each month.
Okay, I didn't even know they were still around. I swear to God, I dealt with them so many years ago. East Central, hold on. East Central Consulting website. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, they're pretty good. They're still around. My goodness, that's wonderful.
Well, yeah, I've had them.
Oh, they've been around for years. Absolutely. Yeah.
I've had them since Mark stopped.
Yeah, they were a good company. So you used to have Mountain Peak, and then you went to East Central.
Yeah, right. When
I
they
gotcha.
switched. We had nothing.
You know
to do
what?
with
East
it.
Central, I swear, I'm so impressed that they're still around. God, how many years have they been around?
Well, it's probably, I just relate to being online since Monica Lewinsky.
It was before that.
That's when we were Mountain Peaks.
It was before the,
switched.
Gosh, we ought to get, you know what? We ought to talk to them. Although I will tell you this, they give you the email setup. I'm not sure. Technical support. I don't know. I mean, have you ever called them? Have you ever talked to them? Or how much do you pay for email?
About $10 or $15
a month.
$10 a month, yeah. And yeah,
I wouldn't do that. Gmail is free.
I know, and I got a Gmail. It's just that everything's tied up to the East Central. That's
like
why
what's tied up to East Central? Why do people say that? Why do people feel tied to a company? Tell me what ties you to East Central. Are you a big executive, worldwide executive, and you have millions of dollars at stake? What's tied up with East Central, Bill?
Well, nothing except all my
Okay,
old
you just said
friends.
everything. Now you said nothing. So, and I'm not trying to trick you, and I know you're a frequent caller, but tell me why you can't just forward that email to your Gmail and keep Gmail. I'm not saying East Central are bad people, but why would you ever pay $15 a month for something you can get free and better? And yes, better. Gmail has better encryption and better safety and better security and better services. You can get a free voice account. You can get a free drive account. You can get free auxiliary why would you ever use something that charges you $10 to $15 a month? I mean, why? I mean, I wouldn't.
I only keep it because of all my old friends that I hardly talk
forward the email, and then eventually when you get that email, you send them one saying, here's my new email, and then be done with it.
Okay, that's what I'm just wondering. I've always wanted to because I wonder why I'm paying $15 a month.
Well, I wouldn't. That's sure as hell wouldn't. But I'm impressed. Look, I'm not saying it's a bad company, but they only have 3 Google reviews, and they're from a year ago or 5 years ago. Are you sure there's? Look, I don't know if they're in business. Maybe they are. Maybe they're not. Here, all I'm saying is this. Okay, what I'm saying is, you should not have to pay for email service. Period.
I know, and I don't know why I ever stuck with them because their customer support, they're just nasty women.
By the way, if people are wondering,
no patience.
Well, thanks for calling, Bill. But get off of East Central and get free email. And you can't have that many old friends, for God's sakes. Well, I'm sorry. I don't want to put it that way, Bill. I didn't want to be.
I do, but I don't.
Bill, I don't want to be mean to you. I'm saying, like, before they go to heaven, I mean, just, have them learn a new email address. I think any old dog can learn that trick.
Yeah.
Right?
Google and have everything forwarded, you think, huh?
No. You forward it just in the beginning. Then what you do is you tell them not to write to that anymore, and you give them your new email address. Now, we emailed the contract. I got that contract to look at for that roofing company. Thanks for calling, Bill. So I'm going to bring up Avis right after the break, and we'll talk about this. Meanwhile, people, get your calls in, get help, get information, get referrals, get what you need to make your life better. That's what we do on this show every day, 303-713-TALK. And part of that is regenerative therapy, denverregen.com. They do stem cell therapy. They rid you of pain. I personally experienced this treatment and will tell you it did wonders for me. And it can help you with a lot of conditions. denverregen.com.
This hour from the Trajan Wealth K-House Studios. Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Bank of America.
And if you ever try to print it out, it takes 10 days.
How do they enforce a percentage when there's no dollar amount on the contract?
The percentage of the insurance approval.
Kevin did? You mean from Anthony's is what you're saying?
Yeah, so did Jeff.
Oh.
Consecutive weeks. I was here till 2 on Friday.
Oh, gotcha.
But now I'm here till noon, and so I'll leave dragging. Does he ever have a slice?
Yeah, he has a slice. You're welcome to a slice if it shows up in time.
Well, I'm not.
Gosh.
I'll be leaving and
you'll be sprinting out of here as fast as you
maybe
can,
like
right?
I did yesterday, abusing myself at a Chinese buffet. Oh my God!
So that's what that sauce is,
dude. Oh yeah, that is. I guess it'd be Vietnamese if it was
nothing
Nuck
about
Mom.
price. Nothing.
Is he doing something here?
Discount bath.
Discountbath.com. Go to that website right now or at your leisure and then put in your information. I did it. You put your email, your number, and all that. They don't bug you. They don't sell your information. But what you can do then is be emailed the link, and then you can upload some video of your bathroom or of the area you want a bath, maybe in the basement where it's roughed in, and they will price this without ever coming to your home, give you a pretty good idea of what it will cost. See, that's what I like. I like people who make things convenient because they know they're not going to charge a lot. They know they're going to beat most everyone. That's why Discount Bath is proud to do this right now. Discountbath.com. And if you want to talk to them, of course, 720-979-2322. 720-979-2322. Have some fun, though, with their app. Go on discountbath.com. Press the Get Started button and start figuring out what your bath will cost you, even if you don't use them. That's how confident they are. They'll let you use their estimations. Discountbath.com.
Says
Dealership /
Harris talks to press. Says Harris talks to press in whopping 70-second gaggle. Do you see that headline?
No.
I think that's how she got the San Fran DA gig.
I am so over politics.
It's not politics.
I saw a story yesterday about a woman pushing for her dog to be president, and I'm like, our dog Nico for president at this point, right?
All right. I mean, not that the left doesn't have a lot of guys that can sniff their own ass, but yeah. That'd be good.
Oh, I can't say anything.
What? I wish I could. I should take yoga.
Mark has enough passion for the both of us.
I have a question from texting about
Who?
home delivery service.
Who?
Compass.
Oh, sure. Yeah, Brian. I'll get with Brian. And I have a text into Jay Brett's. Did you want me to try someone else for Avis or just see if Jay Brett's? I don't have Henry's number. I would try him.
But Henry won't know the law. I don't think Henry knows the law.
Maybe Michael O'Malley?
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe, but only if he has an idea they can get out of it if it doesn't have what the state requires.
Suze, Bella is still a Facebook friend. Oh my gosh. That is funny. I made a Facebook page for my Doberman, but she died like 4 or 5 years ago. But I made a Facebook page for her like 15 years ago. I've never used it.
People are probably still saying happy birthday every year.
Talib is still, oh, that's cute. Talib's still Facebook friends with her.
Oh, Talib, sorry I forgot to say happy birthday on your birthday.
Oh,
I usually
know.
go to
I
check.
missed it too. Don't hate me, Talib.
Well, I
Happy
always
birthday.
go to
We
check and
love
make
you.
sure people are still alive before I say happy birthday, and I didn't get around to it, Talib.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I hope Belinda treated you good.
Or anybody, really, for that matter. We don't judge.
My CenturyLink angel is on it.
That is something the old services people still get to use. When people win contests here and they give me their email, they're at netscape.com. Really?
From one of my construction lawyers.
Oh, you did?
Not on the show, but somebody. Yeah, he's too busy to be on the show.
Okay, I texted O'Malley. Are you going to readdress Avis, though, with what I sent you? Okay. What else?
Tell her to hang tight because I want to go to Bruce first.
Hang tight, Avis. We're just getting an expert. Hang on.
Man, you say it there, it comes out here. That is crazy.
Oh. I still sing and talk and type and talk, Shannon.
I know, no, I'm
It's been a
saying that he
minute.
says it, and then suddenly.
Sure, it drives Mark nuts.
That's the punchline to the joke about having a steering wheel on your dick. I don't know what it does, but it's driving me nuts.
Just keep Nico away from Tim Waltz and you'll be fine, Suze. Got it, JR.
What do you think? You going to vote for Kamala?
What did Tim do to dogs?
You know,
It's not
I'm
like
dying.
Fauci.
I'm going to say this.
Okay, here we come.
KHOW.
An iHeart radio station.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Listen, I read this contract. Avis, I read it. Let's bring Avis up. The roofing contract has nothing about the scope of work. Did you know that?
Exactly.
Now,
Yes, I thought it was pretty ambiguous.
Let me explain this to you because I want you to have some ammunition here. I'm not going to give you legal advice. I will tell you some of this does come from our attorneys, okay? But it's not advice to you or this contract. They didn't read it. But in general, if it was me, I'm going to tell you how I would react. First, if you look up online what's required in Colorado state law for roofers, the scope of services and materials, there must be a detailed description of roofing services and materials. They did not have that. Approximate dates of service. They did not have that. A cost estimate, an approximate cost of services based on damages known and the time the contract is signed, along with labor and materials. They did not have that. The contractor's contact information they had, insurance information. Listen to this. Identification of the roofing contractor, surety and liability coverage, insurer, along with their contact information. Now, I saw no information on their insurance Did you? Also,
No.
cancellation policy, they did have that. Insurance deductible statement. A statement that if the property owner plans to use insurance proceeds to pay for the roofing, the contractor cannot pay, waive, or rebate any part of the deductible. And then a trust statement indicating that the contractor will hold any payment in trust, and roofing materials will be delivered, and it's all for that job, basically. And that has to do with the Contractors Trust Act. Now, one of my legal sources told me if you have key elements missing from that contract, and a key element would especially be, I mean especially be, the materials, the labor, the price, my God, the dates, that you should be able to cancel it. You can quote the law. You can find it and quote it if you want. I'm not going to do that because we don't want to give you legal information. But what you want to do is, well, yeah, I can give you the statute for that. The residential roofing contract, you ready to write it down?
Yes.
It's CRS, and that stands for Colorado Revised Statutes. CRS 6-22-104. What I would do, the law firm, by the way, was Robinson and Henry. I got some information from, okay? If you ever want to call them. And Excel Roofing.
Okay.
Also Excel Roofing.
Elijah.
What's that?
Elijah.
No, I meant, no, I meant Excel. My Excel company got me some of this information.
Okay.
Now, I want to tell you about this. So to get out of the contract, here's what I would do. I would write an email. I would also write a letter and have it mailed. And I would phone them. I do all three. And I would tell them I'm doing all three. And I would say, according to this law, my contract was supposed to contain these elements, which it did not. I feel I was uninformed as required by law, and therefore hereby cancel this. Now, I do not expect to hear from you again, and I want acknowledgement. And then do that. I mean, that's what I would do. And then let's see if she hears anything. But I'm telling you,
okay,
this company, I want you to stay in touch with us, okay? Avis, this thing sucks, and this company sucks.
No kidding.
And I'm glad you called us. I now remember, this is what I would do. You have to look up that law. You might even want to contact that law firm. Do not go with this company. They're not a good company. And I have a feeling.
I didn't think they were.
And I'm so happy you're taking care of your sister. Does she, is she older than you? Is she getting confused about stuff now?
Actually, she's younger and is kind of confused. She had never dealt with roofing contractors, et cetera, before.
Okay. Well, it's very nice of you, Avis. You call us back if you need anything, okay?
Yours.
Thank you.
We are.
All right. Bruce, what's happening?
Well, I'll tell you, I've got a 2017 Hyundai Tucson that broke down on the highway.
A 2017 Hyundai, okay. And is it broken down now?
Yeah, it's in a shop in the Omaha, Nebraska area.
Oh, my gosh. How many miles on it?
82,000.
They're usually good cars, man. 82,000 miles. What happened to it?
Well, my wife was driving it. She said the engine shuddered. She pulled it over to the side, and it would only move very slowly. And then she got it.
I hope that engine didn't seize.
Well, it's the engine's over with. Yeah, we got it into a mechanic who basically said there's the engine is terminal. Anyway.
Well, hold on. Do you trust that mechanic?
Yes.
That's odd for an 82,000 mile engine.
Well, what
did it run out of oil?
Don't know. And what he did mention was that there's a Hyundai recall on motors for that year in that particular vehicle. So,
okay, guys, do you know about the recall,
Yeah,
Kevin?
There's tons of recalls on the Hyundais and Kias.
Yeah, but more specifically, I mean, the most common, prominent one is that they prematurely wear the bearings.
Hey,
yes.
Wear the what out? The bearings?
Yeah, crank bearings.
Hey, Suze, didn't you guys have a new engine put in one of your Hyundais?
I believe so. You'd have to ask Mark that when he gets
What?
in.
It was your son's, wasn't it, or somebody's?
Well, yes, you're right. We did. And then I think, didn't Kelly just have one, or was that a transmission?
Was it? Do you recall? Did Miles have a Tucson?
He did not. He had a Santa Fe.
But they're the same engine, guys, or
Yes,
what?
yes.
Okay, so it's not unheard of, but in order to get that covered, Suze, it was under warranty, right?
All of ours has been under warranty.
Yeah, so
Hyundai's
I
been
don't know what
great.
happens after warranty. I don't think they cover it after warranty, guys. We can look. Are you looking it up?
Well, he should still be under warranty. He's got the
Well, let's see. No, 17. So it would be 10 years, right?
100,000, yeah.
18, 19. Yeah, of course. And 82,000. Did you check? Did you own this from new?
No, this is.
Then you're not covered unless it was certified.
Well, I'm looking at the Hyundai Tech Bulletin, and it says that a lot of dealers must blah blah blah. But in other words, also where.
Hold on. Look, there's two
that
issues here. There's two issues.
Yeah, yeah.
The warranty would cover you if you bought a certified used.
Yeah,
You did
I'm
not.
pretty
Is
sure
that
there's
right?
No, yeah, that's correct. There's no warranty on it. Yeah.
Okay. The second thing is the recall. If there is a recall or a service bulletin, not a recall, if there's a service bulletin, as you're mentioning, that doesn't mean they have to do anything if you didn't have the service bulletin done. And it's your responsibility to have the service bulletin done. So in other words, the argument that there's a service bulletin doesn't help you get an engine.
Well, on this particular service bulletin at the top, it's titled Recall Campaign, Engine Inspection and Replacement.
Okay, then same thing. If it's a recall and you didn't have it recalled and you didn't get it done, that's on you.
This is also providing that your failure is what is described inside that recall. There's a lot of reasons an engine can go down, not just one.
That recall came out in what year?
Let's see, date here, December 21.
Of 21, December of 21. Yeah. Okay, now, did you own it in December of 21?
I did not.
When? Okay.
We just bought it this year. Yeah.
Well, then that recall's not going to help you.
What that recall did was they were having scarring in the motors. They would check if that engine did have scarring, they would replace it.
Yeah, but they don't have to do that
but that's not forever.
For the second or third owner. I mean,
correct.
In other words, if there was a recall, you should be pissed at you for not checking it when you bought it. You should check all service bulletins and recalls before you buy a car. Or you should be pissed at a dealer if they didn't disclose it.
Got it.
Where'd you buy it last year? Or this year?
I bought it from my son who lived in North Carolina and then was transferred overseas with the military. So
okay. Where did your son buy it and when?
In North Carolina, bought it new, so it would have been 2017.
Oh, he bought it new.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. When he bought it new, did he get any mailings on this recall? He was on the list.
You know what? I would be imagining an answer. I guess I can certainly call him.
Okay, I get it. It doesn't matter. He ignored it. Now, sometimes the recall, well, what would happen, Kevin, if the recall's not still open, is it?
They do have,
time
expirations. You'd have to see the recall.
Do you know what's the expiration on that recall?
I do not know.
Okay, you got to find out all this stuff, bro. But no matter what, they're not going to buy you an engine because if you failed to adhere to a service bulletin or recall, it's on the owner.
Okay.
Unless they kept it secret, which they didn't. How much is this going to cost you?
Well, that's what I'm trying to find out.
Guys, your guess, a 2017 Hyundai Tucson engine replacement, even with the used.
Even used, they're $5,000-$6,000.
That's for the engine.
That's parts and labor.
But then what's going to prevent him from getting a bad used one?
Yeah, exactly.
So if he rebuilds it, how much is it going to cost? Same amount?
I don't even know that they're available.
The one he has.
A lot of the Hyundais are not available for.
But the one he has is available.
Well, it may not be buildable though.
Oh.
It's
God.
Yeah.
Where is it right now, Bruce?
In the Omaha area.
Okay, hold on. I mean, not hold on. I mean, we're done. I don't know what to say, bro. You gotta. It's luck of the draw. We got more coming up.
Now, impact traffic.
This report is sponsored by Allstate.
Well, as you make this trip across town, you're in pretty good shape overall. Little slowing both sides of I-25 here as you make your way past downtown. Northbounders sluggish from Broadway to Spear, and that southbound side a little crunched up from 20th Street down to Colfax. Otherwise, looking good up and down. Eastbound I-70 starting to see a little volume building. Eastbound about Havana as you make your way to Pena Boulevard. Westbound I-70 wide open for you. And some slowing westbound 270 at Vasquez. Currently sitting out here pretty accident-free. As we take a look at your weather for the rest of today, cloudy skies, chance of some afternoon showers, and high up near 74 degrees. Right now it is.
God. Pizza's on its way.
And if Biden's just hanging out in Delaware, who's running the country? I mean, who's answering the phone over there? You know?
Jill.
Yeah.
You know, one of my favorite things to look at?
Porn.
A garage floor that's been coated. I swear to you, when I go into a garage, it looks beautiful, or a hangar, or I had my hangar done, by the way, and also a garage floor, patio, pool deck. I just love concrete coatings when they're done the right way. Okay. Mine wasn't done the right way because I had someone else do it before I knew Elite Garage Floors. He's going to come fix it. I already talked to him. Elite Garage Floors, we don't get complaints about these guys. They do a lifetime guarantee. They do the guaranteed lowest price. Think about that. Elite Garage Floors for the beautiful polyaspartic coatings. 720-939-2448. That's 720-939-2448. EliteGF.com. I can't say enough about my man, Frank. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. I remember giving him that name like 30 years ago when I met him. He was such a good guy, just starting out in the business. He's become such a major force. If you're looking to buy or sell real estate, he has the stats to show. And no matter what anyone says, no one, listen to what I'm saying, okay? And you take me to task. No one outperforms Frank. Not in price, not in speed. No one. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 920-1622.
Sometimes intimate moments happen spontaneously. At Hims, we know it's always better to be ready. And the best way to be ready anytime is to go to hims.com today. Because when you go to hims.com...
Looking at, Jeff, that was rebuilt.
He switched to program now. So he's gonna, did you catch what happened there?
The long block?
Yeah.
It was 48, 38, 71.
I hear what you said when he said that.
I just
from Hyundai.
kind of whispered porn.
Yeah, so it's a crate motor.
That's not a bad drive.
If they
So
have.
that may actually even be new. It may be a new
Thank you,
campaign
Mark.
since they
I'm
did have problems with
surprised he
the others.
hasn't, like, kicked you guys
But
in the
I gotta
nuts.
admit, when you said, what do you like to look at? You know,
Kinda
garage
fun.
floors.
That's
It's like,
fun.
this sounds like a drinking problem, actually.
No, do you ever
two
look?
family
Aren't they
members to taste
beautiful?
it.
Like you said, when they're
They do not
just
love
first
it.
done
I
or-
will
Or-
say
or
I'm a
done
bit
right.
over it now. Have you been there to Tasty Pot on Arapahoe and Parker Road?
No, I don't know that.
Oh, it's the big sizzling dish that comes out with all kinds of shit in it.
But do you cook it yourself at the table?
No,
hot water?
it's cooked, but the fire's going. You can turn it down.
okay.
It's broth. It's
I'll try it. Well, because there's a broth.
it's Tasty Pot. You know, it's the hot pot. The big.
Okay, yeah, there's a hot pot. Hampton Havana Curve.
Does it come to the table cooking?
The goo is cooking.
Yeah.
And then you can go up and there's like a buffet of raw crab.
Oh, no buffet here. The meat comes in.
There's
it.
actually, they bring some of the meat.
And then there's
But
three
you can go up and
sauces.
get salad stuff and sauce
Oh
stuff.
yeah, no. 3 sauces that you can mix to make your own sauce. It
Well,
looked
this one's kind of, they were kind of
Okay.
I used to go to. But hang on, stop.
That's like when people look at me and say, "You look familiar." I tell them I used to do porn.
Yeah.
I used to do porn.
Troubleshooter show. What is your first name? Renee, in a sentence or less. What would you like to talk to Tom about on the show today? Okay. Brand new purchase or used car purchase? Okay, and who'd you purchase it from? So I just need this answered. Is your issue with the people you bought it from, with the people fixing it, or are you just looking for some advice from our car guys? Oh, okay. And again, who was that again that you bought it from? I've never heard of them, which is a good thing. Hang tight. Listen to the phone. When you hear your name, come on and tell the guys your problem. Ask them your questions. Got a couple calls ahead of you. Okay, Renee?
Plane in the air. Every plane.
Sure.
Ever be licensed.
Okay, the Tasty Pot used to be the Shalotsky's at Parker and Rapo Road. Remember that? Yeah.
Golly,
And it's good. I think I'm over it now. Like, I don't want it again, but after the 2 times, but they sure look good on the social media.
That is an Instagram meal, isn't it?
Beautiful.
Yeah.
For real.
That the planes have receiving equipment. They only mandated that you must transmit.
And I assume it's the same as hot pot. I've never, never been to a hot pot.
And at khout.com.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. We're talking about your life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Let's talk. So, Valerie, what is going on?
2009 Toyota RAV4 has been in the shop since the first week of May.
What was wrong with it to begin with, Valerie? That would help.
Transmission.
Okay, so your
locked
transmission went out, and it's been in there since May.
Right.
And what is the excuse for that?
I don't know. I really don't get an excuse. It's very hard to reach.
Did you pay anything up front?
$52 up front. I paid $2,000.
Two.
Total of $52.38.
But you haven't paid anything in addition. You just paid the $2,000 so far. What's the name of the shop?
$5,200.
What's that?
Trans-Tech Auto. I paid $5,200 total.
Wait, you've paid $5,200 for nothing? Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying for nothing, but are they working on it?
Well, it was supposedly done last week.
Okay.
So I went down there to get it. I live in Cheyenne, Wyoming, and that's in Colorado Springs.
It's called Trans-Tech Auto?
Correct.
Okay.
And I drove it back to Cheyenne last Wednesday.
So they had it for like 4 months?
About 3 months. Yeah, 3.5 months.
For 3 months, and you paid $5,200, and what's wrong with it?
It's leaking really bad, and it's shifting hard, when you go to accelerate. So I had it towed back down to the shop back in Colorado Springs, and now he doesn't ever return calls.
Oh, my God.
It's hard to reach the gentleman.
You should have had it independently looked at.
Yeah.
Really, hold on. Renee, hold on. I want to bring you back. I don't want to rush you. Not Renee, I'm sorry, Valerie. And Renee, we'll get to you as well, okay? Both of you. Hang on. I'm Tom Martino. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255, or 303-MARTINO. This is wrong. What do you think's wrong, man?
Well, I'd have to take a look at it to know, but as far as...
09 RAV4.
Okay. Dragon, do you need to go make pee-pee?
Trans-Tech Auto, Colorado Springs.
If you've seen Shannon's water bottle, he might be drinking urine. He's just not being honest.
They got nothing but 1 stars on Yelp.
You know what? I don't take a lot of stock in Yelp freaking...
I don't either.
Because Yelp freaking people are...
You pay for Yelp reviews.
Yeah, and Yelp people
all
are
starting to add up.
Did she say she picked it up yesterday?
Last week, I thought she said.
Okay, I was trying to...
So, I mean, leak can be anything. Hard shifting, possibly
because you guys
valve
have
body
very
issues.
She towed it all the way back.
From Cheyenne.
Yeah,
That was
right.
an expensive tow.
Even the lid.
Yeah, I guess it has a blender. I don't
As
really
far as
know,
the length of
Shannon.
time it took,
So one of the popular ways...
might have been parts availability issues. Toyota has been a bear for over a year.
I don't, and I don't know that I want to know about, so that must hold your shit.
Yeah, for like up to a month.
What are the newer RVs coming out with it? Like these nice motor coach
You guys
thingies?
been watching the Olympics?
Nope.
Some of the people who really do
It's kind of boring.
Overland Titanium.
When you read online what happens, you go to watch it at night. And
Yeah.
You know what happened.
Because they're not near a place where chemicals can be.
Yeah, sounds like something a vegan would buy.
Not, no. I mean, you can get them. They are very, very expensive. And your stuff gets mixed up with either peat moss, which is also kind of expensive.
Yeah.
Or, coconut husk.
And then you do what with it? You can use it as compost?
So FlightAware,
I
you
can't
go
see Mark
online
wanting to like carry it around like the weight wise.
flights every single day and where they are.
Holy shit.
Where they're coming back.
Well said. But one of the problems with it is
When they're coming back. I mean,
number
so the
two, it
government
goes in
knows
the
every
mixer.
aircraft.
Yeah.
Now,
Goes in a bottle.
you might
You have
think,
to-
well, what if they just
Oh,
sit
yeah,
in
no,
that thing
thank
that
you.
is- But
Yeah.
if you go to any tower or anything
Yeah.
around you,
Just right.
Really?
And so
yeah.
then you're empty.
If your ADSB
Yeah.
is not working,
At least every day.
I guess you could
And
just
so
not talk to them, but
that's
then they'll
kinda one of the
scramble. I mean,
things
they'll
about
scramble people. If you're flying around without this
The
shit.
thing I have in common with people with $2,000 toilets is.
And by the
Yeah.
way,
you gotta keep
no
it
one is
separated.
exempt. Not
No,
a prop duster, no one.
I use restrooms.
Yeah, when you're at places. Well,
Very nice judge.
we're remodeling our master bath and looking at
Did
these.
you order pizza?
I did.
Okay.
Oh.
Yay.
Oh
Well, I
gosh.
was
they told
flew
me-
with
okay, I know
a buddy,
you're there.
short flight just up to Sydney and back.
Thanks, Ron.
But he was calling into something called Papa. Is that what that is?
I'm so sorry. I thought you were gonna call her.
Okay.
Papa.
Yeah, he had Papa monitoring us, and they would tell you when there was other flights in the area. And
Anyway,
Called
we're
Papa.
looking at those fancy bidet
I wonder what
toilets.
that means.
Holy cow, those things are expensive. To not use toilet paper and be refreshed when you're done. Wow. It's expensive.
Could imagine. Oh yeah, like the home one, the Toto.
The Toto and another brand. Wow.
What do you have for your butt at home, Tom? Toto toilet?
Do you have a bidet toilet thing, Tom? Oh, we're looking at one for our bathroom remodel. We used one in Hawaii in a hotel and we loved it.
You told me once that you always have a bidet in your home.
Oh,
I don't mind.
either of you guys got a bidet? We're looking at it for our bathroom remodel.
got a hose squirrel in.
Yep. just
Alrighty, whatever, you guys.
When it freezes in the middle of the winter, it'll hold up.
Yeah.
Putting water up his nose. He's not using it.
Oh my God.
You guys are maniacs.
Okay. Yeah, nothing bad.
Fell in love with my bidet when you were away.
Oh.
Let me know if you guys need anything. I assume you have everything you need over there. I think he might be on his way, or at least he will be soon.
Oh,
Goodness. Dragon, help yourself. Gotcha. Okay. Well, Shannon, it's been real. Good talking to you. Real funny. It's real funny anytime Shannon's in here.
Do you think what's her name will be back?
She better be.
Good old what's her name?
Good. I think she's back Monday. Getting back to my regular life next week. I love you guys. I think we'll probably be in on Tuesday. At least Mark will be, for sure.
I'm well, buddy. How about yourself?
Dragon's wearing a shirt with a dragon on it, just so you know.
He's having fun with walls.
Why is Walls a bad guy? I mean,
just the like the AWOL stuff and what do you call it?
Well, he wasn't
Yeah.
AWOL. He just
Right.
lied about how far he got. in the
Correct.
military.
Right. And then
Yes, to leave. Shannon's leaving for the day, and now Dragon's here.
Right.
Well, he was trying to use it in an argument, like Kevin's pointing out. He said that people here don't need weapons of war, the kind I toted on the battlefield.
Bingo.
Wow, Case, we lost. I assume you're talking about running. I haven't been able to watch. Those athletes are amazing.
Really? No. We believe you. Yeah. From Harris to the walls till the sweat runs down your. You know the Kevin that other one up?
No, they're not needed.
You ever flown into Sydney?
Yeah,
Sydney, I got to turn these guys on.
Nebraska?
Yeah.
Did they ask you when you were
'Cause I
going
like
in
to
if you were
play
going to
with things
Cabela's?
over there.
Yeah.
Did you do it?
But you see, I did it all the time until we had one here. But
That's how
that's
we
a little
do this
pilgrimage
job.
we used to do. We used to go to Sydney, and then they had like shuttles.
Yeah, it was cool.
Oh, you did that?
Yeah.
Is that bigger than the one out up north near Stapleton?
The same thing.
The one in Sydney? It's kind of a smaller store.
They're- they're-
That was
the
their
only
That
store.
was their original store.
That's
yeah.
why we all went there.
And then they opened a second one in Nebraska.
Oh, I didn't get to watch, Case.
I want to say Illinois.
But I've flown
was
into Sydney a few times. I've done that. So much fun.
Yeah, and you're not allowed to tip the drivers. That's just part of their job. I don't know if they still do it now that it's Bass Pro.
Oh, it's not.
It's still called Cabela's, but Bass Pro bought them out.
Oh. But I don't know if many people go there anymore. We used to all go there because
30 K-How.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. We're here to help you solve your problems, answer your questions, take your complaints. This hour brought to you by One Clear Choice Garage Doors. They're really great people, honest to goodness. I've had them out to my house a few times. They adjust the doors, they install doors, they fix doors and openers, doors and openers. So remember that. It's oneclearchoicedoors.com. Now, the name of the company is One Clear Choice Garage Doors, but the website's oneclearchoicedoors.com. And all of their prices are fully disclosed on there. Now, today's car day. Jeff Vick is with us from Kimmer Transmission. We have Kevin Calkin from Sheridan Auto Tech, and we were talking to Valerie. And this sounds terrible, man. Valerie, she lives way up in Wyoming and Cheyenne, right? And she found a place in Colorado Springs, Trans-Tech Auto. Did you happen to be down there when your car gave out? Is that why you went?
I was actually referred to him by a good friend.
Okay. So you took your 09 RAV4 to Trans-Tech Auto in Colorado Springs. They had it for 3 months.
I picked it up Wednesday.
For transmission work. When you picked it up, what you're telling me in a nutshell, and you picked it up this past Wednesday or last week?
Yeah, the 31st.
Yeah.
So, that was
so you said when you picked it up, it wasn't right and it was towed back. So what do they say they're going to do? Is it under warranty?
It says 12-month warranty, but I don't know. I don't know what they say they're going to do because he doesn't answer his phone. And I don't, I can't keep driving to Colorado Springs. I don't have a vehicle.
Oh my God. I mean, you paid $5,200.
$5,238.
We got to call him. That's what we have to do. Suze, did you try? We should just try
I
calling.
haven't yet. I was waiting for directions.
Yeah, we
Tom.
should probably try.
Okay.
$5,248. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
And he should at least, talk to us. So let's see if we can get him on the line. Hang on, all right? 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Now, let's talk to Renee. Hey, Renee.
Hey there. Thank you for taking my call.
What's happening?
So I purchased a 2016 Ford Explorer at the end of May, and within just a few days, it started having transmission issues, just jerking, not, transitioning.
You know what I'm going to ask, right?
If I have a warranty?
Yeah.
Yes, I did. I purchased an extended enhanced warranty.
How many miles on it?
Now, 72,000.
Okay. And did you, by any chance, and I know probably not because you had the warranty, so you probably didn't have it checked out, did you?
I did not.
Okay.
No.
And so how long after you bought it did these problems arise?
2 days.
And what's wrong with it?
So it's a full transmission. What they recommended.
Wait, the full
and what they
transmission
found-
went out 2 days later?
Yeah, so it was kind of an intermittent issue, but once I got it into AMCO and they were able to do a full inspection, they found out that they welded together the transmission case and kind of pieced it together to plug up a leak, so that way it would work well enough for me to be able to drive it.
So they're saying, now where did you take it to be checked? I don't necessarily love them either. AMCO?
I did take it to AMCO, so it's at AMCO right now.
And they said that it was doctored up.
Yeah, the transmission case was half welded together at the fill plug area on the driver's side.
To stop a leak?
Yes.
If they did doctor it up, even if you bought it as is, they should fix it, but the warranty won't cover it. The warranty absolutely won't cover it, but then they screwed their own warranty company too. But do they?
Yeah.
How do we know this dealer did it? Or did you buy it from a dealer? I'm sorry. Did you buy it from a dealer?
I bought it from a dealer. I bought it from Prime Motors.
How do we? And where is Prime Motors?
On Colfax.
Okay. How do we know they did it?
Well, he told me he inspected it, so I'm not sure how he couldn't. If he inspected it,
No,
and drove it, how
but if he
wouldn't have had
inspected
the
it and saw this, he didn't do it, but I'm not sure they would have to disclose it. In other words, dealers are not required to disclose everything wrong with a car. What they can't do is lie about it. Like they can't say, we inspected this and the transmission's in great condition or the car's in great condition or whatever. You see what I'm getting at? So what was
my number one thing was reliability and just having something that works. I stressed that to him. He told me the car works fine. Go ahead and test drive it. My dad came to check it out. It seemed okay, but I mean, within 2 days, complete transmission needs to be replaced.
If your dad checked it out, did he look underneath it?
I mean, he did, but I think you needed to get in there.
Guys, what do you think this welding is she's talking about? What do you think it is?
It could have just had a cracked case. It's not unusual to re-weld a case.
Not unusual. It's got 82,000. What kind of transmission is it? Is it
It's a 6F35.
Okay, that's the number. Is it that kind that you hate?
CVTs?
Yeah.
No, it's not. But she mentioned it was by the where you fill it at, the actual fill port. So, I mean, it's a possibility somebody also over-tightened it. It's not actual weld, it's JB weld, trying to hide up a leak there. But that wouldn't necessarily actually cause the transmission to fail.
Would they do that to just plug up a leak, or would they do that to cover up the?
I don't know anybody that would weld to cover up a leak, but
yeah, and typically you would have to have it out of the vehicle. You got to clean that metal up. I mean, you have to have somebody who can weld aluminum because that case is aluminum. So my guess is it's probably JB weld.
Well,
I think that MCO did say something about that actually.
Okay, I want to ask
JB
you.
weld.
That's an epoxy. I want to ask you something though. If they knew there was a leak and they put JB weld on it to cover it up, you would have a case. But you would have to prove that.
Most of these smaller lots, they probably didn't even get it from whoever had the car last. It went through auction.
I want to ask you straight up. Did you call the lot? What did they say?
He said that he doesn't want to do anything. The most that he'll do is pay my deductible, which is $100.
Wait a minute. Will the warranty cover this?
The warranty covers $2,000 of it, but it's $7,200 to get it fixed.
No, that's overpriced. That's overpriced for a RAV4.
It seems like a lot.
AMCO says it's $7,200.
Yeah, 72.
By the way, I don't think the
71.87.
dealer, if the dealer did not cover this up, you're not going to get the dealer to do anything. If the dealer will pay your deductible, I would take them up on it. I would take them up. Why is the warranty limited to 2,000? Is that just the way it's stated?
I guess so. Yeah, they broke it up into different parts of the engine.
Okay. Then I would get another price. It's not drivable now, though, is it?
It's not. I did get another shop that I might be able to take it down, get it towed down to where the
How much
the
did
labor
they?
is
How
not
much
as
did they
expensive.
say?
It would be like $1,000 off, I think.
Guys, what do you think? 6,200 to fix that transmission?
6,200 would be inside the ballpark. Yeah, it's probably got probably 65 to 67.
Okay.
No.
That's from a good shop.
So right after I bought it.
But listen,
have they actually taken this car apart, or are they just planning on swapping the unit out?
I guess because he said something about dropping the pan, and then they saw the crack on it. So because of the damage to the case, they're recommending replacing the whole transmission assembly.
There's not a pan to drop on that one. It's a side cover for the valve body.
I'm not super versed.
No, but that does sound like something someone would say. We need to drop the pan. Well, there's not one to drop on that unit. You can pull the fluid out of it, get a sample of the fluid, maybe see whether or not there's metal or something to that effect. But as far as dropping a pan, like you would on a lot of the old rear-wheel drive vehicles, that is not an option on that vehicle.
Okay, but maybe she misspoke or they. But the bottom line is this: I wouldn't have them do it for 72. If you can get it done for 6,200. Take the $2,000 and the deductible. It's bad news, but man, if at least you're getting that much help. And
yeah.
I mean, I don't know what else to tell you because they don't really owe you more than that unless they lied to you or defrauded you, and you'd have to prove that they knew there was a problem with that and covered it up with that JB Weld.
The fact that it happened 2 days after you bought it.
Be able to do that.
Yeah, the fact that it happened 2 days after you bought it. You're lucky, actually, the warranty company isn't calling it a pre-existing condition and dumping it all together.
I know. Now you're sure they're going to cover it.
They've approved 2,000. So.
Well, then I'd be happy because, like Jeff said, man, if they knew there was JB Weld on a crack, I doubt they'd cover that.
I guess I got to take what I can get at this point.
I'll tell you. Do you have photos of this or pics of this?
AMCO took pictures that I have, yeah.
Okay. Now, is AMCO going to let you take that out of there and not charge you?
No, they're going to charge me a diagnostic fee, I'm sure.
How much?
I think it's per hour, so I think it's 2 hours of their work, so it's going to be between $200 and $400. But I haven't actually moved it to the other shop yet, so I don't know exactly what.
Why don't you ask AMCO to match that price?
That's a good idea.
They got a lot of water in it. They're going to be able to match it. There's no reason they should charge that much more.
Match price. Got it. That's a good idea. Thank you.
Yeah, because it's there already. You got the warranty. Say, look, guys, I can take it down the street, but you already have it. Why don't you just match their price? And because I can't in good conscience spend another, $800 to $1,000 if I don't have to. I'm already hurt on this thing. Okay, guys, now let's talk about the good news. I know I'm running late, but a 2016 Ford Explorer, 72,000 miles. Once she does this, it's worth investing in or not?
Well, since we haven't seen the rest of the vehicle, I can only assume so. But
it's coming up on 10
pretty
years
low
old.
miles. That's pretty low miles for that car.
How is it in otherwise good condition, Renee?
I dropped her, Tom. Sorry.
Oh, we dropped her. I'm sorry. All right. Listen, I don't think you're going to be terribly buried, but the secret is once you invest money in a car like this, then what you do is run the wheels off it. You're not going to get any money selling it. You're going to be upside down if you trade it. So just call Well Enough alone. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255.
To shop, hang on.
What's up?
What's going on? What was that one? Someone did her transmission and then it broke?
No, she bought it 2 days ago and the tranny crapped out.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
Where'd she buy it?
Some buy here, pay her.
I
Place
want to
down
take
on
off
Colfax.
early if she's done.
So they didn't inspect anything over there. They bought it off the freaking auction.
Kamala Harris leading the polls. Will be our next president.
I didn't even know the Polish were in town.
4 swing states.
Wonder if that's another Boeing.
Keel and Park are estate planning attorneys that conduct their practice in such a way that it is totally risk-free and almost irresistible. Here's what they do. They'll go over your life, your estate, what you own, what you're invested in, your bank accounts, your real estate, your vehicles, your arts, whatever collectibles, and your family, your desires. They'll come up with a plan, an estate plan with flat rate pricing. Think about that. Then you decide what you want to do, and you'll know exactly what it will cost. I don't think you get better than that. Keel and Park take all the questions out of an estate plan and get it done today. Call them to get started. 970-818-8198. 970-818-8198. lawkp.com. Lazy Days RV, the RV Authority, and I mean it, lazydays.com. What is an RV Authority? Well, selection, a vast selection of new and used. What else? Maintenance and repairs. That's what they do at their big maintenance facility north of Denver at I-25 and exit 240. And they have facilities around the country for your support. So when we say the RV Authority, that's what we mean. And you can get everything from a Class A motorhome pusher to a pop-up camper. LazyDays.com.
I don't get to hear the calls, Renee, on the phone so much. So if you want to come back on and ask him about it, I'm happy to put you back on. That's my bad. Hang on.
It's a plane.
Plane that crashed in Brazil.
Oh, my tech producer said, basically, Tom said just to run it to the ground.
I can't tell if it's even a jet.
So, I mean, but if you want to ask him questions, I can put you back on this. You're welcome.
Yeah, it's a big old prop plane, but it's like a big son of a bitch. In other words, it looks like a jet, but it's a damn prop.
A lot of those supposed to be safer.
Although, I don't know. Now I see one that's also a jet, so maybe they have both.
When I lived in Wyoming years ago, they used to fly to come back to Denver. They used to fly out of Cheyenne, but then they dropped into like Steamboat and then Denver, the turboprops Frontier Airlines.
Oh yeah,
for like $19 or something. It was crazy. But you can't see shit coming out of
Somebody who doesn't even work in this building programs all that.
It's snowing sideways.
What's that little? I guess Vale's got a. They got an airport, right?
Aspen, Vale, they all got there.
I can't think of which one. I thought it was Vale we passed. I mean, there was a big ass jet landing. I didn't know they could handle like Airbus.
Aspen's got some big ones. Yeah.
Occasionally in Hawaii, the airlines out there that do all the puddle jumping from island to island.
I've been on.
They'll go into freaking pricing wars.
Go into what?
Into pricing wars.
Oh yeah.
Just to beat each other up, and we end up getting like a ticket for like $14.
Ours was. It was last year. It was $25.
They were talking about.
And they run like. I mean, they're like a bus, man.
Yeah.
They run like every hour.
They were talking about starting to charge customers by the weight. If you've ever seen some of those Samoans and whatnot, that was nice.
What's so weird, as soon as you get up, well, you don't, I mean, I don't even know what cruising is between islands, but as soon as you're up, you're coming down. It's just like that. You ever been to Durango's airport? Yep. God, it's tiny, but they'll land those big son of a bitches there. They'll land at
The scariest airport I've ever landed in and taken off is Telluride.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, didn't you go in like Kennedy or something in New York?
Oh, LaGuardia.
Oh, with my own little airplane?
Yeah. I remember you saying you
No,
were freaked the
I did a
fuck
big
out.
one time. But where was that?
No, that turn they got to make coming into LaGuardia, the plane's almost.
Oh, that.
You know.
Yeah, maybe commercial, but I meant for me, like.
I'd be so freaked out if you're in a little Cessna next to a fucking 70.
Telluride, when you take off, you go off a cliff, basically. Everything is just, It's just freaking. It's a weird feeling.
Yeah, it is.
You know, it's different when you're climbing up, but when you go like that, and all of a sudden there's nothing.
Nothing there.
And I mean, for like.
It'd be like coming off one of those Air Force ships.
Yeah, aircraft carrier.
Yeah, but they're not as high as that ravine at the end of.
Yeah, plus they got some horsepower behind.
Just
those
got to
bad
pedal
boys.
faster.
Yeah. Well, I got a clean bill of health.
Good.
Except in boxing.
The only thing I don't have back, I did all my blood work like 2 months ago. I already knew it was all good.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, they go through it.
Right, there you go. Yeah, yeah.
Really good there. And then,
This hour from the Trajan Wealth K-House Studios. Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com.
Hi, Tom Martino here. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. 888heating.com. Remember the name. Plenty of hot weather left and cold weather to come. Get them to check out your system. And free second opinions always. 303-770-2776. 888heating.com. Okay, now. We talked to the shop. Sue's talked to the shop. Let's bring Valerie back up here. And Valerie, who's doing the phones now that Shannon's gone?
I got it, Tom.
Okay. So, yeah, our phone's broken over here. That's why I was asking. So, Valerie.
I'm amazed you got through to the shop. I am just.
Yeah.
It was easy.
Well,
I
you
went
know,
to
they
their
might have
website.
caller ID.
Valerie, I went to their website and used the phone number on their website, not the phone number you gave me.
Now, here's the other part. They have good ratings or not, guys?
Yeah.
They have good ratings. And
They have really, yeah.
Trans-Tech Auto, Colorado Springs, your transmission work took 3 months. That could be parts, you know. Anyway, you paid $5,248. You picked it up, had to tow it back. It wasn't running right. And now you can't get info. It's under warranty. What's going on, Suze?
Well, he picked up the first time I called.
Good.
I don't know exactly who I talked to. He didn't identify himself, Tom. Said he strongly advised her to use a shop up that way. Thought it was really odd she would tow it all the way back to them.
Because you just spent $5,200 with them. Oh, wait.
Only that, I was afraid it would void any warranties
Valerie.
that they had if somebody else
Valerie,
worked on it.
Valerie,
Yeah.
hold on. Suze, did you tell him she just picked it up last week?
I thought it'd been sitting up there for 3 months. I'm on the phones, Tom, and I don't get to hear the call.
I'm sorry.
So anyway, I don't know anything about cars. He tried to explain to me what he thought was going on. Sounded like it had nothing to do with the
The
transmission.
car's in his shop right now.
Yeah, I know that, but he said I don't understand car stuff, Tom.
Okay.
What it sounded like to me was that it was an air conditioning issue, but they can't even duplicate the issue till it gets hot out. I think you should have Mark call and try to understand the car talk. I don't understand the car talk.
How does a transmission leak relate to an air conditioning unit?
All he said was they think it's an AC issue, but they can't duplicate
I'll
it
go
till
call
it gets
him.
hot.
Mark is going to call for you, Valerie, in a minute here, okay?
Okay.
And just see. The car's down there. The reason they brought it back is because you spent $5,200 with them. That's why you brought it back there. But
And if somebody else would touch it under warranty, it would void his warranty, I'm sure.
I think that's an accurate statement.
Yeah, but any reputable shop should call down there. Hey, I've got this car in here. We got a mutual customer. She's got this complaint. What do you want me to do?
Yeah.
I wish he would have.
Do shops ever, Jeff, when someone's visiting or someone takes something to you and they had work done and it's under warranty, do shops often trust you to do warranty work?
Most
Or do they want to
commonly,
do it
yeah.
themselves?
Oh, they definitely want to do it themselves. I mean, there's a lot of cost aspect to that. They're also afraid that, that since they're not there, they can't control the job, but you could be pulling the wool over their eyes and be making money from them that way. So, I mean, a lot of it goes down with the conversation, get a good reputation with the two of you, and come to an agreement on what needs to be done.
All right, so what we'll do is wait to hear from Mark, okay, Valerie? 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. So, listen, when we talk about repairs, how many comebacks do you have, guys? I'm just curious, because we're hearing so many of these now. They take a car and a day later the same thing happens or another thing happens. What do you think's going on? How many do you have?
It varies a lot. I mean, and most of them are parts issues. We'll have
quality control's gone way down the tubes.
way down on the parts that we're putting on cars. So we're only as good as the parts, unfortunately. That's the hard part. But,
Man, we're getting stuff bad right out of the box.
Yeah.
We put it on, they take it right back off.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The guy that slipped and said the F word, he apologized and said he appreciates the support. Basically, he was upset because while he had the loaner, it was hail damaged. He had to pay for that. And the shop says the work they did is fine, and he has a new problem, and it's not covered by warranty because they didn't work on it. And that's the catalytic converter. But anyway, thank you, Henry, for the email. Mark, did you call him?
Had to leave a message. We'll see if they call back.
Yeah. Valerie, we're going to do the best we can to get a hold of them, see what they have to say about this. All right? 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Here's a text. Tom, why are you so down on the Better Business Bureau? They don't do anything. They're an absolutely useless organization. Useless. Ask a member. What have they done for you? I want to know from a member what they've done for them. They field complaints and they do nothing. Nothing. They do no investigation. They do no interceptions. They do nothing. Nothing active. They do carry complaints, but you can respond with anything on a complaint, and it's a response, and they don't count it against you. But we have had people, again, like this roofing company, does not have one good review posted anywhere, and they're A+ rated on the Better Business Bureau. What does that tell you? They don't have their pulse on the community. It is truly a dinosaur and a waste of money. I mean, I don't know, guys. Are you part of? I don't even know. Are you part of the Better Business Bureau? I never asked.
We have been for years, but it's only because I'm too lazy to stop it.
What do they do for you?
Nothing.
Nothing.
No.
Is there anything? I mean, you get a newsletter? What do you get?
No, you get an email once in a while trying to sell you something.
Jeff?
I haven't been a member for eons. They actually reached out to me probably about 2 weeks ago trying to get me to sign back up. It's like, you've got nothing to offer me. I mean, heck, I don't think they've even updated their website in 15 years.
I don't think they have either.
303-713-TALK. We have more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show.
I've had a couple mediations with them over the years.
Really? They do mediation of complaints?
Mm-hmm. It was years ago. I mean, like maybe 2000. I don't know, 2010.
Yeah, because if you can't resolve it.
Well, but back then they were somewhat relevant. I mean, their name carried weight.
I actually won both of them, too. One, the lady wouldn't sign a release when I was going to give her a full refund. So the entire mediation was at. I said, well, I don't give a shit. If I'm giving you a full refund, you're signing the release. And the mediator was like, yeah, that's pretty standard.
Yeah. Thanks for
you're
pizza.
welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
Progressive makes bundling easy and affordable. Get a multi-policy discount by combining your car, home, motorcycle, commercial auto, and more. All your protection in one place. Bundle and save at progressive.com.
QCcolorado.com is the place to go for the quiet, cool whole house fan. They specialize in these. They can put them in an hour and a half to 2 hours. And it's remote controlled, so you don't have to worry about wiring in your walls. They're remote mounted in your attic for a quiet operation. And what it does, it's a whole house fan, not an attic fan. It stabilizes and evens out the temperatures in your home so your air conditioner works less. It also takes the place of air conditioning many mornings, many evenings, and many in later seasons. So it's really cool to have. You'll learn how to use it and how you like to use it, but what you will notice is less AC no matter what. That's QCcolorado.com, and they're great people to deal with. 303-800-3419.
They showed a video of that thing, man. That plane was like
What
this.
kind of plane is it? Had a lot of people on it.
It's a big one, but I think it's a prop. I've never heard of the brand before or whatever. This video.
What does this mean? Before the shooting?
It's crazy, man.
What were they showing?
They might as well have not have been there. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just ridiculous.
What were they showing before the shooting, though?
The cops started to intercede with the guy, and they were.
They knew he was there.
He popped his head up and the guy swung on him, and he jumped. He backed
all on
away.
video.
Yeah.
Swung.
He swung the
And
rifle.
then he's
towards
all
him.
over the radio, but it was
And then
too
as
late.
soon as the cop jumped
So
off
they
the
knew
roof,
there was someone there. They should have yelled at the podium or say,
Supposedly they did.
take him off.
And
as
not only
soon as he did, he just whipped around and popped 5-6 shots though. So there was seconds.
Yeah, but that's still ridiculous. I like the video where they're saying
told them to-
Secret Service was supposed to be up there. They said to go up there. We're inside.
Yeah. I like the part now where I told them to put one up there, and they said they had it covered.
Yeah. You know what's fucked up is, at least they came out and said, you know what, we just totally fucked this thing up.
Yeah.
At least they're owning up.
Especially when they get all these drones and cameras and everything they can use to surveil a place. I mean, you don't have to have 100 people.
No.
You know?
No, but the more
So
you
they
read
had
into
this
it-
guy in their sights before the shooting.
Half an
Well,
hour.
and they had already.
I thought it was like an hour, but
They-
yeah.
And when he
Not on the
ducked,
building.
No, not on the building, but they thought he was a person of interest for a half an hour before.
He's a weird looking dude.
Did
He's
they
walking
follow him?
around with,
They lost him.
spotter.
what was he carrying, like a rifle case?
No, yeah, they knew he had one of those. They usually use them for
Sight
golf,
finder.
right?
Yeah, the
Distance
Rangefinder.
Rangefinder.
I thought you were on the roof. No, you are.
How about that video
was the
where you
tape-
see him kind of running across
the
that
roof
Mm-hmm.
behind Trump.
That's
You see that
crazy
one?
as shit. And that's way before he started popping.
It was pretty close to the time he started.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you can see him running from one end to the other.
This is a nightmare.
Yeah, that new. She's fired now, but whatever her name is, that lady.
She resigned.
Yeah.
She resigned. That's what I was going to say too. Is they
You
took
mean the first female head of Secret Service for diversity?
who used to run Pepsi or something like that. But
It is Pepsi.
Look at they're even saying, I need
mean,
a ladder.
for darn near the first.
Look, they couldn't even they didn't even have a way to get up there. Look at him. He's got a book bag.
I think they blew his face up, though.
That would make sense from
Yeah,
position.
from 150
But even
yards.
then, the video image you see of Trump up there on the stage, and you've got the sniper that's off to the right side. If you're looking at the stage to the right side, he's not even the guy that shot him. It was somebody else.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So they were scrambling before
Hey,
shots.
forward me the email you're talking about. I didn't get that one, but I got one a couple days ago. I mean, that's all they are is nice or crazy.
Talk Station 630 KHOW.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. If you have a problem, question, or complaint, give us a call. We're here to help you. Now, speaking of cars, there was something I wanted to talk about. The anger index of cars. What makes people angry? I'm looking for it here, damn it. I had it pulled up. In any case, oh, there it is. Cars that make people the angriest. I talked about the one that makes people the most angriest. And that was the other day. But I did not bring up all the rest. But the Kia Sedona. Now, what is an anger index? It means frustration with repairs, frequency of breakdowns, response from the manufacturer or dealers. So it's really not necessarily dependability. It is. Some of it obviously has to do with dependability, but it's mainly about making people angry. Who is the most frustrated owner based on reliability, response, service time, parts availability? All these factors are taken into consideration.
Are these current manufacturers?
Yeah. This is all
I
done
thought Kia was always pretty good, though. At
within the
responding.
past year. The Kia Sedona, the biggest angry index. Not Kias, but the Sedona. The Mazda 3 is next. What we've been hearing a lot about Mazdas, are they pieces of crap, guys?
They are.
They are.
I don't.
Why? Mark had one. He loved it. Didn't you love your Mazda?
I never had a Mazda. Oh, you're right. My RX-8s.
Well, the RX
Those are
that's
they're
it's
it's its own deal, though, man.
Yeah.
And then
I had a 7 and an 8, and I liked them, but I'd never buy another Wankel.
Number 3 on the anger list, Nissan Armada. Now, what an offshoot that is. I never even thought of that. Okay, by the way, we're taking calls at 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. We prefer car calls, but we'll take anything today if someone's lying to you, cheating you, ripped you off. And by the way, we do have some warnings for you based on today's calls. I'll get to in a minute. Number 4, the F350, not the 150 or 250, but the 350.
That's a strange list.
Dodge Journey is number 5. Dodge Charger, that's a muscle car, number 6.
Yeah.
I'm going to the top 10. 7, Nissan Maxima. 8, the Ford Focus. 9, Nissan Frontier. And 10, Nissan Titan. Why do you think there's such big angry indexes? I don't know. And there, surprisingly, a lot of Japanese cars on there. So these are cars that make Americans the angriest. Now, we can go down to the ones the least likely to create anger. You know what they are? What would you say at the bottom of the list for anger? Toyota Corolla, Lincoln Navigator, Toyota 4Runner, Subaru Outback, Subaru Forester, Ford Fusion, Nissan Versa, Kia Soul, Toyota Highlander, Honda Odyssey, all really less when it comes to angries. Now, but as far as brands, the brands in general, now this is taking all of the models, not just the bad model, because I told you the models that bring the angriest reactions out. But the brands in general, when you take all of their models and average out their anger index, that's for response time, that's for parts availability, that's for service, frequency of repairs. Mazda's the number one piss-off manufacturer. Mazda pisses people off. Next, Volkswagen. Third, even though they didn't have a car on the list, specific car, as a manufacturer, they're number 3 for pissing people off. Cadillac. Wouldn't that be General Motors? I mean, why would they put...
Well, they're unique to General Motors,
Okay.
so yeah.
Kia is number 4. Hyundai is number 5. I always thought Hyundai were great people. Mark, you've always had good luck with Hyundais, right?
Yep, but I don't buy them used, and I sell them before the warranty's up, so...
That's true, too. That probably has a lot to do with it. Number 6, in manufacturers that piss people off. Remember, we've had Mazda, Volkswagen, Cadillac, Kia, Hyundai. Number 6 is Dodge. Number 7, Jeep. Number 8, Nissan. Number 9, Ford. 10 is Chevrolet. 11, GMC. 12 is Chrysler. Now, isn't that funny? Chrysler's 12, Jeep is 7. Okay, anyway, 13 is Honda. 14 really surprises me. Mercedes. 15 is Toyota, 16 is Subaru, 17 is Lincoln. They don't go beyond that on this chart. But on the angry scale, where do most angry people live? Now, this is cool. First of all, let me take Mike, because I don't want him to wait past the break. Hey, Mike, I'll go back to the angriest states that have the angriest car owners, not the drivers, angriest car owners. Hey, Mike, what's happening?
Yeah, I got a 2019 Toyota RAV4, and I had it in the dealership to get a free oil change as regular maintenance. But anyhow, he said I need an alignment. I wanted to get a second opinion.
How many miles on it?
37,000.
When was the last time you had an alignment?
Never.
Then you need one.
Okay.
Why do you say that, guys?
They're
Let's
gonna
talk.
go-
No, he wants to know, how do you know?
Especially driving around here in Colorado
Yes,
with our
the roads
piss poor
are
roads
terrible.
we have around here. That thing's been knocked out of alignment. It may not be a large adjustment, but you are going to need some adjustments.
Now,
Yep, it'll help
What do
tire
you-
wear and it helps everything.
they must be looking at some tire wear. Do they say you need tires, right?
No, they say we need them. The tires only got about, 4,000 miles on them, 3,000. Got some
How much
nitpicks
are
about
alignments
3,
now,
4.
guys?
Oh,
Yeah,
120 to 150.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
How much are they
And,
quoting you?
Oh, I didn't bother because I know they're going to be high. I mean, that's typically.
Yeah, and you
all.
don't have to have a dealer do it.
Yeah, no. So about $1.25, $1.50.
Yep.
Okay.
All right,
Where
Mike.
you
Thank.
located? I'm in Aurora. Where's that guy? I forget his name.
Kevin
We're in Lake-
Sheridan
yeah,
Auto
we're in
Tech.
Lakewood.
It doesn't matter. I mean, you know what I say? Unless you have to go there every day, what difference does it make? You know, it's worth the trip. It's on Colfax, west of Wadsworth, and that's not bad. Thank you for calling, though. 303-713-8255. And how often? That's a weird question. Do you need alignment according to this texter? But it's not often. It's when you need it. So you check it when.
Well, if your steering wheel's off a little bit, I mean, if you let go of
But
the
how
wheel and it
often?
drifts.
Let's just say you don't. Every oil change, check it.
No, it's a tough one. I mean, if you hit that pothole that jars you right through your teeth, I mean, you may want to get it checked.
We used to do a free alignment check on pretty much any oil change that would come in.
Yeah, because you want to see if they need it and you can
Exactly.
make some more money. But in any case, it is something that needs to be done from time to time. There is no car more immune to it than another. All right.
Nope, they're all the same.
303-713-8255.
Did you send that to me?
I know. I'm still in between calls. I was looking for it. I'll find it.
Valdez?
No, well, I'll find it.
What's he want now, a new truck?
No, it was in response to fix it. It was really nasty.
Oh, my God, this plane free-falled, guys. This was not a dive. Look at this. This is fucked up.
Oh, shit, it's spinning around.
Holy shit, you are fucked at that point.
What happened, guys?
Just went into a flat spin.
Total flat spin.
How does a big plane like
Look at this.
Yeah.
Oh no, there's something terribly wrong. How did that happen?
Rudder?
That's a
Troubleshooter
stall.
Show, what's your first name?
Oh, that's a terrible thing.
I'm sorry?
Jesus.
Holy shit.
Hi, what's your first name?
Do that.
Larry, in a sentence or less, what did you want to talk to Tom about on
The Art of Granite will get you a price on the phone right now. Whatever you want. It doesn't have to be granite. The name says granite, but they do it all kinds of natural stone or man-made materials. Give them a call right now and get your price on the phone. Tear out and haul away is always free. Materials are wholesale or even free if you get them out of their remnant yard. And you're going to want them to do the job for you. Theartofgranite.com.
Okay. Car advice
303-386-5919.
You need car advice then?
Genesis
Really hard to
Total
hear.
Exteriors
Okay, hang
is
on.
so proud of Align siding, a plastic composite that is truly, it has grains and colors, and you can get the darker colors without any warpage. Finally, it's here. An indestructible siding, a line siding, and Genesis is doing that along with everything else they do to repair all of your storm damage or just to help you improve your home. Genesis Total Exteriors.com. 303-679-8509.
God, that would be the most terrifying last minute of your life for 30 seconds.
Oh, are you kidding with that thing flat spinning?
What's the name of the plane? How do I Google it? What do I Google?
Hold on.
The name of the plane or where?
Well, it's in Brazil.
Just Brazil plane crash?
VO Pass ATR 72. VOEPASS. VO, I don't know. VOPAS. Damn, man, that is crazy. I mean, you know you're cooked at that point.
Oh, my God.
What could possibly happen to where a prop plane would be doing this?
He was taking off, right? And he stalled it. That's what it was.
All it could be is a stall. Yeah.
What makes it go like this then?
Okay,
but there's no thrust.
No, well, hold on. It would normally just start dropping, right?
Yeah.
But what happened was, I think...
Maybe he lost one engine?
It could have been. Or they were turning at this... I can't tell. They were turning, which would start it like this, and he miscorrected it, which put it into a flat spin. Flat spins are almost impossible to come out of.
Fuck.
But what I don't understand...
I don't know. The only way you could come out of it is somehow you could dive it and had enough space between you and the dirt.
It is absolutely a flat stall. It's not a spin. That was just spinning because of that was a stall. That was that just means he did this and it started falling and he didn't recover. He should have put the nose down, full throttle, and he's flown out of it. I think, unless he lost power, I can't tell if he lost power at the same time.
You can hear it.
Oh, are those?
You can hear the engines.
Fuck, that is so terrible. Oh, that is so terrible.
And this guy that did the video, he got it when it was falling. It's not showing.
It's not showing before that, yeah.
It must have been quite a bit for him to yank his phone out and start recording.
I don't understand. They could have a flight control failure of some kind, too.
But that'll be the black box is going to know exactly what happened, right?
If that even has it.
Troubleshooter Show, what is your first name?
Not under FAA.
Donnie, in a sentence or less. What would you like to talk to Tom about on the show today?
Boom.
Displacement, fuel, active fuel. You want an opinion on it? Management opinion. Oh, that's a mouthful there, Donnie. Okay, hang tight. Listen to the phone, man. When you hear your name, come on and give them your question.
You guys watch that, Don't Forget the Lyrics or any of those music shows?
I've seen it a couple times, yeah.
I kind of like them. I wouldn't win $4, so, man. When you got to, fill in, 13 words.
or something, yeah.
Actually, that's one that my wife could do, make us a freaking fortune.
You really think so?
Oh, God. Dude, there's not a song she doesn't know, I swear to God.
You should go through the steps and fill out the contestant agreement.
Yeah, because I do it perfectly till the words go away.
Oh, yeah. It's so easy to karaoke because the words are there.
Exactly.
We're all experts. And then the other ones where you got to name the exact song title, that'd kill me too. I mean, some of them are easy, but some of them are just ridiculous.
Talk to a funny man. Sal Valcano, best known for his role on Impractical Jokers, embarks upon his Everything's Fine comedy tour featuring a stop right here in Denver. He joins me to discuss right here on 630 KHOW.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Larry, what is going on with you, Larry? What's going on?
Well, I just want to get
No idea from you guys. My wife had a little fender bender, and it's an old car. It's got 172,000 miles on it. It's probably going to get totaled, but I may buy it back. Hardly any damage to it, but, just the age and whatnot.
What kind of car is it?
Oh, it's a 2007 Pacifica.
Oh, wow.
Chrysler.
Yeah.
172,000 miles on. Just had a little radiator that popped on it, and just probably needs a new hood and whatnot. But that's all kind of meaningless. I didn't call about that. But we keep our cars. Mine, I have a 2012 F-150 with 200 and some thousand miles on it.
So how was it? How was it damaged, Mike?
Oh, she slid into the back of another SUV, and that person didn't want to deal with insurance. It was a fleet vehicle, and it has some hood damage. The headlights are fine. Some of the trim on the front.
So it was your
damaged.
wife's at fault, right?
Yeah, it was my wife's at fault. Yeah, we got it into a repair shop.
And do you have collision coverage on a?
We did.
On this old car? Wow.
Yeah, we did.
What's
We
your
just
deductible? What's your deductible on it?
It's $100.
God almighty. Man, you must be spending out the nose for insurance. $100.
Well,
No, $100 deductible is, by the way, for those listening, never, ever, ever have $100 deductible ever. And here's why. It would denote that you can use it over $100, and no one, if you put in any claims over $100, under $1,000, if you ever did that, you'll be canceled and never picked up by another insurance company. So they're usually bad ideas, but he already has it, so he may as well take advantage of it.
Anyway, that's not really what I'm calling you.
No, I know, Mike. I understand that. I understand that completely. But unfortunately, we have other people in on this phone call, and I just give advice as we go. But let's talk about your thing. How much did they want for you to buy it back?
I don't even drop the phone.
What is the value on that?
I wanted to get an idea from you guys on new cars.
Yeah, on new cars. Go ahead.
I'm kind of interested in like a Highlander, maybe a Nissan Pathfinder, Buick Endeavor. I do kind of like the Palisades and the Kia.
You guys like any of those? The Kias and
Well, out of that list, my first choice would be the Highlander.
Yeah, the Toyota's by far the first choice. Yep. But you probably 45 grand for that, for a new one, newer.
At least 45 grand, at least.
Yeah.
So
what do you know about the hybrids? Are they worth going with?
I got my own
Highlander?
beliefs on those, but
They keep changing. They're still updating hybrids.
listen, the thing about hybrids, you'll get good gas mileage. There's no doubt. My whole thing is a personal one. I don't want to have two systems to maintain. I either want electric or I want gas.
The plug-in ones have a purpose. So I mean, if you live in Denver and work in Denver, you can go all electric 40, 50 miles, never use the gas.
Right. But you have gas available. Some people like that. I don't like it because I just don't want two systems to maintain. I want one. I would consider an electric car, Larry, if you're doing local mileage only. Or you can, and Kia's got some really nice electric options you might want to consider. If you want to hold on, we'll talk to you more. We got to take a break.
Yeah, but according to your list, it could piss him off.
Okay, hang on, sir.
I can't believe Lincoln isn't pissing everybody off. They rate so well on those lists.
The Lincoln Navigator of all things. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's like riding a couch in the clouds. But every time you turn around, something's breaking on those damn things.
I was hoping to see. Yeah, man.
Would you be able to finish?
Yeah.
Okay, because I have something.
I don't care, dude.
Okay. Let me. I got to log out, unfortunately. So you got to log in.
Are we on big break? Okay, good.
I'm sorry.
That's kind of weird.
Good time to drive.
And it's
in
fun.
Brazil. Hope you feel better.
I'm just feeling. I'm gonna go to the restroom right now. I'm feeling lightheaded and dizzy. Not like scary sick, but like just fucked up, like food poisoning. But you're not feeling anything from the pizza, right? Okay, that's what it feels like to me. That queasy kind of food poisoning feeling, and I'm not sure why.
My last charge was $19 for 300 miles, basically. That's not bad. That's kind of cheap, isn't it? That was supercharged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many minutes?
I've used a supercharger on 2 trips in 2 years. One to Norfolk, or actually, yeah, one to Norfolk.
Are they worth looking for, the supercharger?
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, big difference.
Yeah, but you don't save that much, man.
Just time.
Time-wise, it's crazy.
Hope you feel better.
See you, man. I hope not, because then we're all going to be with you.
I got an iron gut anyway. You know, food poisoning, I just kind of fart once and then be over it.
I'll tell you, man, I thought that until I saw Suzanne have bad chicken years ago. Fuck.
Yeah, me and the ex got it once on pork. Ugh.
That's got to be bad.
Oh, it was awful.
It didn't taste funny?
Huh?
No.
Oh, come on.
It was about 2 months ago, we were at a restaurant, and they had the special was the pork tenderloin. And it looked really good. And he comes out, he sets it down, and walks away. I no more than cut it open. I'm like, fuck no. I mean, this thing's bright freaking red on
It's
the inside.
bleeding.
Oh, hell yeah. He comes back 10 minutes later. How's the special? I said, well, if it comes with a side of trichinosis, it's fucking great.
They got thermometers. How do they not know it's cooked?
I don't know, but I did. Yeah, and then he said, well, can we bring you something else? Or well, let me reserve that. It's like, no, dude, kitchen's having a bad day. I want nothing out of that kitchen.
That's how it happened to me once with chicken wings. I bit into it, you know, because you don't peel open a chicken wing,
Mhm.
cut it or anything. Take a big mouthful, like,
No.
Yeah.
Salmonella.
We'll send them back. Yeah, we'll send them back and keep them. I ain't even.
God, that plane is fucked up, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's like my worst nightmare. That's a different angle.
Yep.
Yeah, it is.
Holy shit. So that thing must have been fucked up, all these people. What are the chances people are just videoing?
Oh, dude, some of these kids, everything
you
else,
kidding?
they're little fucking phone ninjas. I don't know how the hell they do it. I got a buddy like that. I mean, you do more than you get 2 words out of your mouth. It's in your.
Well, that's just
On our trip, I wanted to take a picture of each of the ports of entry, you know, welcome to Colorado.
Yeah, yeah.
Shit. I can see them a mile up the road.
They couldn't get it
and
open.
I still can't get my camera out on time. I'm like, fuck, that's Scrabble. That's not. I hate that I-70. I was telling Suzanne, I absolutely fucking hate it.
It's just there's no road left.
It's my car on the trailer out of, say, 8,000 miles, and let's say 400 of them are on 70. It's the only time it goes crooked. It literally bounces so much, it goes crooked.
Well, and that west side of Vale Pass.
Oh, yeah.
Heading east.
It's horrible.
I mean, some of the ruts and I mean, I got stuck in it.
Yeah,
Literally,
there's
it's like
ruts
you're
there.
not getting out of it.
You'd be crazy to be on a motorcycle and
Oh, yeah.
at night on that.
Well, I mean, I'm kind of relieved because because they got that middle bridge project going on by us, and now they're starting the Lake Fork Bridge, which is right after that.
Okay.
They're going to be doing that. So it was literally going to be blocking off access because they were going to have nighttime closures from 7 to 6. I was like, well, shit, that means we have no choice but to take I-70. And I don't know how the people in Saponero are going anywhere because they're closed off from both sides.
I told everybody about this phone yesterday.
Well, they know about it. They're going to fix that after they fix this computer.
I got it to work for like a minute. You know, how old do you think this phone is, guys?
15 years.
01. It came with the building.
It came with the building.
This was here when this building opened. Same exact phone. Probably literally same exact phone. How old? Look at this thing. I mean, this looks like it came out of the 60s.
It looks like it belongs on a Star Trek deck.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You expect Spock to be over there fucking around with it.
Or it was like something you'd see in Kit.
Yeah.
Nope, it's just totally. It might be just this cable, honestly. Last time this gave me hell, like a year ago, it was the cable. It wasn't the phone. Did you guys, hey, Dragon, did someone plug in another phone to see if that worked?
Shannon was playing with it, but I really don't know.
Yeah. Active fuel management. What is that? Is that where it kills the engine?
Yep. Remember the Cadillac had that 468, 2468, or whatever they called it?
Oh, you're talking it kills the cylinders.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I was talking like in my stupid cars, when you come to a stop, it turns off.
No. The active fuel man actually, when you get up to speed.
I remember that.
Yeah. Chevy does it now still in the 5.
Can you deactivate it?
Yes.
You can not easily, but you can.
No, it's not a push button?
It is easy.
Is it easy?
It is easy,
You can
man.
plug in.
With the pass-through connectors. And,
Can you?
Yep. So, but be careful doing that because the EPA is going around and starting to nail shops because they're calling it tampering with emissions.
Vegas to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Welcome, my friends, to the only show of its kind. We're here to solve problems, answer questions, take complaints. You know, something we don't brag about a lot is this. Over $300 million in cash, merchandise, exchanges, refunds, directly due to this show. You've been ripped off. Maybe there's a bad contractor in your life you want to expose right now. Maybe a plumber that really pissed you off. Maybe a landlord that's driving you nuts and can't get rid of the roaches. Whatever it is, that is what this show is for. 303-MARTINO. That number, by the way, works on and off the air. 303-MARTINO. Or you can always call 303-713-8255. Help at troubleshooter.com works. By the way, Jeff Vick, Kimmer Transmission. Love you being in today. Kevin Calkin. How are you guys doing? I didn't get to step in till about 20, 30 minutes ago.
No,
How's Car Friday going?
That's why we call you part-time.
Shut up. How's Car Friday? We getting a lot of car questions?
A few good ones, yeah.
A few good ones. Donnie's got one here. But if you got any car questions or you want to expose or you just need some help, 303-MARTINO. Right now we have 3 open lines. Donnie, what is your question on active fuel management? And guys, for people listening, one of you explain what the hell that is.
The computer in the car can actually kill cylinders, so you turn your V8 into a 4-cylinder.
And the purpose would be simply
You're
for
cruising
better
down
gas
the highway,
mileage.
you don't need the torque. It just starts backing off cylinders.
And I think the real purpose was the EPA.
Absolutely.
So they can basically say, hey, this car gets, 25 miles to the gallon instead of 15.
That's exactly what it is.
What do you think of it in general? I mean, it seems like just the thought of it seems okay.
In theory, I don't think it's a great
the
system.
theory seems fine.
Yeah, it's problematic. I don't
Is
like
it still around?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, most definitely. Yeah.
So, Donnie, what's your question on it, man?
So my question is, I am getting ready to buy a new truck, and I'm looking at the Chevy with this active cylinder displacement or whatever it's called. And I just wanted more of your guys' thoughts on it because what I'm reading sounds like a horror story, so I might be leading towards the
Hey guys,
turbo diesel.
do all of the manufacturers have something like it, or is it just Chevy?
I wouldn't say all of them. It's getting more popular where a lot of them are doing it, but they typically like to do it in like the trucks to get higher fuel economy.
And it's
out of them.
always 8 down to what, 6 or 4?
4 is about the lowest it'll go. Yeah.
Would they have like a little, I don't know, a little Chevy Cruze that goes from 4 to 2?
I'm not aware of them doing that.
Okay.
So it wouldn't surprise me if it comes out in the next couple of years now that you came out of your mouth.
Uh-huh. What's
I'm
the
hearing,
downside?
Like lifter failure.
Yeah, what's the downside to it?
They like you say, they do have lifter failure. It can be some of an uncomfortable drive. The driver doesn't actually care for the way they work. It can be a little bit more difficult or put a little bit more stress, I should say, on the transmission. So it's actually not uncommon for people to disable it. You go get into the computer and you turn it off.
What does it refer to like on my Hyundais when I come to a stop and it turns off?
Auto start stop.
And I can hit a button to override that. I got to do it every time I start the vehicle because in the summer it's just ridiculous.
Yeah,
the AC stops blowing.
Yep.
So, but does he have a button in these where you can override it?
No, you'd have to buy a kit, a delete kit of some kind. And you can, different wiring, different plugs, you can bypass it.
Is that technically tampering with
It is
emissions?
more than technically. It
Yeah, the
absolutely
EPA is
is.
starting to look into it. It was, doing custom programming, i.e. Chevy truck like he's talking about, the 6L80, they started implementing where the torque converter clutch could come on in second gear. And that put a tremendous amount of stress and started causing a lot of failures. So a lot of shops will get in and will actually, create parameters so that the torque converter clutch cannot come on until we want it to. So we just tell it in second gear we have to be doing 110 mile an hour.
Got it.
And that would stop it. So then we would allow it by the time it hit fourth. It's a similar sort of thing with the DOD, the displacement on demand, where they go in and they actually start deleting all these commands inside there. The EPA is starting to look into it, and there's been rumors that shops have been actually fined for tampering with emission devices because
Which
of it.
is, that's big trouble.
Yeah, that's
You can
big
be
money.
out of business.
Yes.
Wow. Donnie, what other questions do you have on it? Apparently, it's not the best thing.
Right. So my thing is, I'm thinking of avoiding that and going with the turbo inline 6 diesel. What would you think that would be a better engine?
That would have been my next suggestion. Is,
Does Chevy make their own diesel?
Duramax.
Yeah, the Duramax.
Duramax.
Yeah.
So that's a way better option.
Oh, yeah. And I've been getting a lot of good reports on that smaller diesel package.
Cool. Well, I appreciate the info. You definitely steered me in the direction I thought I would be going.
All right. Thanks, Donnie. Appreciate the call. 303-713-8255. We do have lines open. What would you guys buy for a pickup these days? I mean, honestly, like a shop pickup.
Well, I drive a 3/4 ton Chevy diesel, and I've
You
fallen
bought
in love
that
with
from Rolly, didn't you?
I bought
years
that from
ago?
Rolly. Yep, 100%. But
How many miles are on it?
I'm sitting close to 160,000.
And you would buy it again?
I'd buy it again in a heartbeat. And believe it or not, I'm still sitting on my factory brakes.
Wow. Kevin, what do you drive?
F-150.
And you like the Fords?
Yeah. Well, my brother worked for Ford, so I got a good deal on it, too.
Oh, so it's price. Well, you know what Ford stands for.
A lot of different things.
Yeah, which is, why did it get that rep?
Fix or repair daily. Or
That's not what I heard.
Old rebuilt Dodge.
Mine starts with the F word.
Old rebuilt
the
Dodge.
F word.
Yeah.
Over the road daily, right?
Well, let's spell it backwards. This driver returns on foot.
Yeah. In the shops, man, since we're talking about reliability, what cars these days have the worst reliability that you guys see firsthand? Not like articles you read, but literally, Jeff, in the transmission world, what transmission or what brand do you replace more than any other brand? Or is it just a Taj or whatever?
The Nissan CVTs. We cover it every time we turn around, and they're probably worse inside.
And they're hard to get, right?
Well, they're getting easier. You typically will build them in-house, but that's been the problem here as of probably the last 9-10 months. Is we can't get some of the essential parts we're going to need.
So what do you do? What do you tell the
we're having to
customer?
buy units. We have to buy units and just swap them out.
And like, how much is a unit compared to what that cost would be if you could replace a bad part?
As far as what my profitability is concerned?
No, I'm talking the end deal to the customer.
The end deal to the customer is that, most of the time we can probably save them anywhere from $1,000 to $2,000
If you can get the parts.
If we can get the parts.
Do you
Right
think
now-
they do that on purpose, or are these aftermarket parts?
It's and it's not even aftermarket parts. But it's not exclusive to Nissan. We're starting to see problems right now with particularly Dodge, which there's a lot of Dodges on the road. We're going to see a lot of Dodge truck. And some of the parts that we need in order to build these units, they're not out there. They're on back order. They're on national back order, and there's actually no release date listed for these parts.
That's the worst part with Dodge. Yeah.
I think the worst vehicle I ever owned as far as problematic was probably my RX-7. It was older, and no one knew how the hell to fix them.
Well, it's a rotary engine.
Yeah, it's a rotary engine, which you would think there's less things to break. I don't know.
Well, when George Wankel actually finished... When George Wankel actually finished making that engine, he actually knew he had a problem with a seal that would allow antifreeze into the crankcase.
Is that generally what the issue was?
That was a big part of it. And, when he sold it to Mazda, he made them promise that they were going to fix this issue before they put it into production, and they never did.
What's kind of crazy about it, if people listening, if you've never seen one, it's basically like a triangle, and it kind of spins. Instead of going up and down, it spins. But the top end on it is crazy. The low end, unless you have the turbo, is almost nothing. In fact, if it didn't have a turbo, I'm not so sure you'd be able to move from a stop sign. But when you get up to that high end, that thing would crank, you could go 140, 150, 160, 170, but it would take forever to get in between those. So I just always figured that maybe that would take off, but it never did.
They got such a bad name when they were out there. Mazda actually ran a campaign that if you had a rotary engine and you didn't like it, that you could bring it in and they would actually swap in a V6 at no charge.
Wow.
So they literally had stockpiles of these things sitting out in the scrap yards. And guys who ended up, figuring out that, hey, sooner or later they are going to fix this water jacket problem, we're buying them up cheap, like $100 a piece.
The best car I ever had, but the ugliest car at the same time, was a Toyota Celica GT, and I would guess it was like a 70. Suzanne, do you remember that yellow Celica? Oh, she's on the phone with somebody. This thing was a rust bucket, old as hell, but it didn't matter if it was 10 below. It would start right up. It would drive down the road. The tires were those cheap 14-inch. You could put snow tires on it. It was the ugliest damn thing, but the most reliable old bucket of crap I've ever seen.
Mine was a Ford Escort, very similar to that. I got it used. Somebody had already bashed in the back. You couldn't use the hatchback. The driver's door didn't work, so we actually took out the passenger seat so you could crawl through. It burned enough oil that you didn't change it. You just spun on a new filter from time to time.
Yeah, it's Kevin. How about yours?
First one I had was a 65 Bug.
Wow.
And it was tiny. But
those were reliable back then. There wasn't much to them, right?
You always saw them on the side of the road. I always wondered if they actually broke down or somebody just got tired of it and ran away.
It wasn't worth refixing. Or you just finally grew
but they
up.
were small enough you could push them and start them up. You didn't even need a battery.
So a lot of people don't know this. I don't know if it's true right now, but within the last 4 or 5 years in Mexico, you could still buy the original Volkswagen Bug. Engine in the back, regular Beetle. Problem is no emissions, so you couldn't bring them over to here, or very little emissions, whatever they allow in Mexico. So that was kind of crazy. Sean, I promise we'll get to you after this break. 303 Martino.
Side of the road. It was $50 was all the guy wanted for it. There was 5 of us. We all chipped in $10
to get it.
This thing didn't run. And so one night, this was our senior prank. We actually...
Oh, I think I remember you telling me this.
We actually...
Put it in the gym?
We pulled it over the flagpole. We got it up into the air. We spun this thing on its side and lowered it down through the windows. So the flagpole was sticking up
through the car, yeah.
The next morning, we're all out there trying to figure out how the hell we did it. And we were very careful. We did not scar.
Hey, I want to tell you about TJ. He came out to our house. Goodness, it's been about 4 or 5 years. And he put down this polyaspartic coating on our deck outside. He also did it in our garage, our 3-car garage, and then on one of our patios. This stuff, 4 or 5 years later, looks brand new. It is unbelievable. I don't care. The one in the garage, you can drop oil on it, gasoline. You can shovel it. You can do whatever you want. And this stuff looks brand new when you hit it with a hose. You got to check this stuff out. And what I love about Elite Garage Floors is they have the best pricing out there. These guys are veteran owned and operated, the guaranteed lowest price. They use top line material. They go everywhere from Fort Collins to Pueblo. They can do commercial projects. They can do your house. They can do whatever you want. But if you haven't looked at polyaspartic, check it out. You choose the color. It's always going to look brand new, and it's going to make your house or garage look great. Check them out at Elite GF, as in garagefloors.com, EliteGF.com, or give Tony a call, 720-939-2448. Now, let's talk about something you never want to hear if you're a landlord. You never want to hear flood. You never want to hear fire. How about meth? How about, hey, Mr. Landlord, there's toxic mold in the bathroom. You need the right people to handle situations like that, and the right guy is Rock. Rock has been with us for 5-10 years on our referral list. He owns American Restoration 24/7, whether it's a flood from a broken pipe or a sewer backup or black mold, asbestos, maybe someone died in one of your rental units. How about a fire, a flood, you name it. These guys know how to clean it up, and they know how to do it right. They can work with your insurance company, and there's a lot of ripoffs. There is so many ripoffs in that industry. Write this number down for when you need it. 833-7AM-REST. 833-7AM-REST, or check them out at amrest247.com.
So anyway, after the cops left and everything else, we figured they would have. They got out the cut-in torches.
We cannot accept collect calls, Sean. So yes, if you need us to call you.
Say it again. What happened?
Ooh,
you put it up.
Yeah. And so, of course, cops were out there and everything else, took a report and everything else.
You're incarcerated, huh, sir? Okay. How did you call today? You didn't call collect today?
They sliced the fucking flagpole down. It's like, what are you guys doing? It's a $50 car.
Did you take pictures and shit?
Oh,
yeah.
dang it, Sean.
But, I mean, we were very careful when we
Oh, shoot. I don't.
And then they cut it.
They cut it down.
I can't. So I got my GED like 9th grade, man, or what would have been my 10th grade. So I never had any.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, let me. I'm not in
anymore. Though, kids
actually
have to ask permission to do
So
something.
what you're saying is you're going to call us. We're going to hear collect call, but you're going to pay for
about
it.
6 or 8 of us, and we turned it sideways to bring it inside.
Got you. Do you know what day?
That's what the one I was thinking about when I said, "Did you bring it in the school?"
Yeah, that one we brought in because you couldn't. It wouldn't fit in any of the doors.
Okay.
And then you put it back.
And we just put it inside the building, right outside the principal's office. And it
just really depends on the nature of the call. It could be 5 minutes. It could be over an hour, Sean. Let me do this. So when you call, if we're on the show and our lines are full, it's going to go to voicemail. So 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Monday through Friday. Like I said, if you call and it goes to voicemail, that means our lines are full and you should try back. It might be a little hard to coordinate, but what I'm going to do is just let my call screener know this, that if she gets a prepaid collect call, to go ahead and accept it and let Tom know your time is limited.
What was that
okay?
one?
Okay, and we'll do our best to make this work with you, okay?
The McDonald's.
In broad daylight during business hours.
Okay.
Nobody ever saw him, right?
Okay. I will let her know. We will do our best to work with that, Sean. It'd be tough, but we'll do our best, okay?
Footprints going up to the front doors of A West.
My name is Suzanne, but more likely you're going to be talking to Kelly when she answers the phone.
In my freshman year, we had a narc in our school.
Yeah,
that was kind of
okay,
exciting.
and we'll do our
And
best
the
for
day
you.
I was happening to play hooky, I might have been suspended.
Yeah, and if I don't talk
but
to
I
you
wasn't
or
at
hear
school,
your call, man,
and I'm mowing this
I mean,
lady's
like, best
yard,
to you. I hope
and
everything
she
works
comes
out.
out
I'm
and says,
sorry
"Come in
you're-
here real quick,"
you're-
and I
are
go
you
in,
currently
and the
convicted
news
of murder
station
right
was down
now?
there live at the high school. Arresting people
I'm
just
sorry to
left
hear
and
that.
right,
Okay.
man. This narc in the
Well,
school.
we will do
and I
our
knew
best.
the kid.
I
I
will
never
give-
talked to him. You know, I wasn't
Go ahead.
into the drug scene, so.
This report is sponsored by Our American Stories.
Yeah.
I sent a outbound, by the way. Just came in like 5 seconds ago.
Okay.
And can you put up my next spots, please?
Okay, Sean. Well, best to you, man. If I don't talk to you, I'll try to listen in and I will give Kelly our notes. So to
Kind
make
of,
sure it
and
makes sense when
Oklahoma.
you're
Middle
calling,
school was
okay?
Oklahoma.
Right next door.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com. 630 KHOW.
An iHeartRadio station.
All right, 303-713-8255. Please don't forget our referral list at referrallist.com. One of the quickest ways you can not get ripped off is use the vendors on there. In fact, Jeff and Kevin have both been on there. How many years you been on there, Jeff? Gosh.
Oh,
15?
It's got to be all of that. Actually, no. I think I went on there in 2008.
Wow, forever. Kevin? I don't know.
Mike can't.
It's been a long time. I mean, really, I don't remember not seeing you guys since I hooked back up with Tom in roughly 2014. I mean, I don't remember. Al Ramos was here for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, Rolly, who sold Purifoy. And then who else used to be in? Well, your old boss, the guy you worked for a million years ago.
Yeah.
He would be in occasionally. Boy, that was a tragic story. My God.
But yeah, actually, when I started here, Mike Bassett was still behind the glass.
Yeah, Mike, boy, that's a tragic story as well. God, some of the stuff I learned after he left was incredible. He went after Tom. I'm going to hop right to the phones, but he made a deal with Tom for basically, cash when he left, and it was Mike's decision to leave. So he left and basically got a lump sum. And then probably 8 or 9 months later, he filed for, what do you call it? Not workman's comp, but unemployment, man, which was crazy. And then he ended up on some island. Then he ends up on this HBO show. Did you guys see that?
I heard about it. I didn't see it.
Yeah, I actually saw it where he was, I'm trying to remember, he was an alcoholic that you were allowed to drink just a certain amount or something, but it was evident that that whole plan did not work out at all. If you watched it, it was just a train wreck on HBO. But I did like that guy back in the day. I went bull riding with him once.
You went bull riding?
Suzanne was there. I even brought my kids out. Mike went up first. I stopped at Walmart, and I bought a batting helmet because I was terrified. This was like out in Watkins, a real deal, man, a real bull. Real Cowboys.
Not the bar bull.
No mechanical thing, man. So everybody was laughing at me because I had my baseball batting hat on. But Mike got on first. He was on there for as soon as they opened the gate, he was like, God, man, 5 to 10 feet in the air, came down sideways. Turned out he broke 3 or 4 ribs. I didn't know that at the time, but I saw what happened. I got on there and I came up with this. The second they open it up, I'm letting go. I'm not even going to attempt to hang on to this thing, and hopefully I can come down on my feet. And that's exactly what happened. Then I wanted, Suzanne, remember I wanted to put Miles on the sheep, mutton busting.
I remember that.
And she didn't like that idea after seeing
Heck no, I don't want my kid on a sheep running around.
They basically duct taped these kids to the sheep, kicked the sheep in the nuts.
My kid did it.
He was
it.
like 4.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Oh, man, it looked like a blast, but, that's how that thing goes. Hey, Sean, what's going on with this 96 F-150?
Well, I got in a little fender bender with it, but the brakes seem to be, the fronts don't lock up at all, and the backs lock up, and you just skid forever.
I don't understand. I mean, the front shouldn't lock up. Are they functioning? Do you think the fronts are functioning properly, but the rears aren't?
That or vice versa. It's like it doesn't seem to I don't think the fronts are
Does that have drums on the back, guys, being that old?
Most likely, yes.
Yeah.
So so when you hit the brakes, describe what happens to the vehicle.
The back it seems like the back brakes lock up, and it's like most of the stopping is coming from the rear end. It's like, I guess what I liken it to is when you had a bike and the front brakes didn't work.
Oh yeah.
Well, what kind of fender bender? What part of the truck did you hit?
Was that even relevant, though? Was that even relevant to the brake issue?
I couldn't stop, and I have a 24 Raptor, and that thing.
But wait, Sean, hold on 1 second, man. Kevin asked a question. I'm dying to hear the answer to this. Did the accident, the fender bender, did this start happening after that?
Oh no, I'm sorry. No,
Okay.
It didn't. It was before that.
Just, yeah, he got me there too, not related. So go ahead, guys. What do you think? I mean, I don't know why you just wouldn't go get your brakes checked.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, proportioning valve or something, master cylinder could be defective. Yeah.
Yeah, the Rabs valve. That was real common on
Does
those.
it sound like a hydraulic issue over
Yes.
like a pad issue, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
And then if it's the old, I had those good years, but I was not a tech, man. I owned them. I had good techs and stuff. So when you start selling this stuff, you understand a lot of stuff in theory, but there's no way that would be an adjustment on that rear drum, would it?
No.
They can't get that far out.
It wouldn't be that crazy.
No.
So a master, is there a slave cylinder on that?
That's in the clutch. That has a manual transmission.
Don't some of those, I thought some of the brake systems on the Fords had some form of...
No, slave cylinders for disengaging the clutch.
Okay. Okay, well, that's why it didn't work on the cars, as you can say. So, Sean, why don't you go get a brake check somewhere, man?
Well, I did. I had it so long, and they charged me like $1,200 to.
And what did they do?
Well, I think they just did a pad, and then I took it to Kevin's, and it had a ABS light, and I guess they're obsolete. You can't get them or something with the ABS on them.
Yeah, but would that cause this?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a proportioning valve, ABS valve, everything.
So what do you do if you can't get it?
You can't get it. Yeah, there's
You
nothing-
simply can't get it.
You can try to find somebody who...
So he's SOL. He literally is SOL.
Unless we get, somewhere in the country, somebody starts rebuilding them.
Or how about a used one?
They're hard to come by.
Because you can't get a new one.
Well, not to mention, I don't know a salvage yard that's going to be yanking those things off the truck. I mean, they don't even save wire looms. They just cut them. They just need to get these cars apart as fast as possible, and they crush the rest.
Oh, my God. So he really is SOL. I just never would have thought on a Ford. Now, granted, I mean, it's almost 30 years old. So I guess so. But, Sean, I mean, if that's what Kevin told you, there you go. So you really do know what the issue was. They told you.
So, but is there anything other that you can do with it other than...
You can find that
make it
part.
better?
If you can find that part, I'm sure Kevin can get it put in for you. He's saying you can't get it, man. Straight up, can't get it.
Yeah, because I drive the car from Springs to Denver every day, and it runs perfect.
I think carparts.com or car-parts.com, I mean, they'll search junkyards over the entire country. You might be able to find one. What's it called again?
A Rabs valve.
Yeah, Rabs valve.
R-A-V?
Rear NA-lock brake.
And yeah,
Rab.
I found one available on eBay for $130.
And you have no idea if
You
it
have
works
no
or not.
idea.
No idea.
And there's no way you guys could go in and rebuild them because you just can't.
No.
Sean, you're screwed, man. I'd put it up for sale.
Yeah.
Is it dangerous or is it just feel weird when you're braking?
It could be dangerous if you had to stop short.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't have near the brake.
Stop short and...
Yeah, exactly.
Huh.
The only thing you do is try to modify the brakes, which is something, we wouldn't do in the shop, only for liability, but, try to...
What about like those like Brembos or that other brand? Like, should I put like...
Well, that's what I'm saying. You may be able to update or upgrade or modify the brakes in some way to eliminate that RABS module.
That's going to be pretty expensive, right?
Yes.
I mean, for a freaking Ford.
Well, you're going to start with plumbing and everything else in there.
Yeah, I mean, that could be thousands upon thousands.
I wouldn't go that far, but I
No?
mean, you could very easily spend $1,000.
Sean, I mean, just go try to find it. Go to car-parts.com. Try to find that, man. I don't know what else to tell you at this point. I mean, you already brought it to Kevin. Listen, we're going to take a break. We've got Mike. Doc has a car question, and then Sean. I'm sorry, we just did Sean. But Daryl, he's got an issue with a noise in his radio on a Yukon. We'll take that next. Hold on.
Turn up the radio because of noise.
I wonder if Tom puked.
That really didn't pass into my brain at all.
I can go in the bathroom and do a
You
sniff
wanna go
test.
look?
He left the rest of the soda there for you if you want.
Guys, I hate going to the doctor. I hate it. I hate it.
I do too. I never
Was
go.
this just an annual checkup thing?
So Kaiser will just bug the fuck out of you.
Mm-hmm.
They started bugging me like 4 or 5 days before we left on our trip. And I'm like, it's going to be, when I get back, I'll book it. So finally came up and, it's a normal shit. Blood pressure, They didn't even grab my balls this time. So
Do you feel left out? You want to chip in here?
yeah, I said what? I got to pay this $40 and you don't even grab my balls?
Not even a decent reach around?
Okay, mister, bend over. And you notice both hands are on your shoulder.
What was the one on Friends? Joey and the Taylor.
Yeah.
All right, listen, these guys are unbelievable. We always talk about Euro Plumbing and how their water heaters, whether it's a 40-gallon for $13.99 or a 50-gallon for $14.99. That includes everything, by the way, in their name brands, like Rheem or A.O. Smith. 6-year warranties. That includes the delivery, the haul away, the gas flex lines, the new water lines. It includes everything. But I want people to know something. If you don't want the basic stuff, that 40-gallon or that 50-gallon, these guys got instant hot water. They do plumbing of all kinds. They do virtually anything anybody else does for less money. Simple as that. And everything is always guaranteed. Every installer, every single installer he has hired has at least 10 years experience. They do sump pumps, garbage disposals. They can do your entire house by repiping it into PEX. They do all the water heaters. But here's the number, 303-668-6844, 303-668-6844, or europlumbingcolorado.net. Yeah, we did, our beast did really good, man. It got hot going up that hill in Vegas, but, I mean, I could easily still have driven it. Yeah, it did really good. I get really nervous on that thing, man. You break down or overheat that engine on the side of the road, that's not like a AAA call, man. That's like a whole fucking deal.
Mm-hmm. I ended up buying the adjacent lot to our cabin.
Oh, cool.
And I mean, it's got electric on it. It's got water on it, but I didn't have septic. And I'm thinking, well, I'm not thinking, I am. Once I get the place cleaned up and a decent place for a landing pad for RVs or campers or even just
Drop a
camps,
fifth wheel.
Yeah, well, yeah, but like rented it out, particularly during hunting season, because we're right next to BLM and US Forest.
That'd be smart.
Other
man.
people in the area, I mean, they get $800-900 a week during hunting season. So I mean, I'd at least take care of my taxes and whatnot, and my HOA fees. But
And you could pick up a cheap fifth wheel.
well, no, they bring their own.
Well, I get that, but I'm saying you could pick up a cheap fifth wheel and rent the whole thing out.
Yeah, well, I could do that too. But then I have to store it because you can't keep it up there year round. But you know, I already made an LLC out of it.
So you got a 50 amp there?
Yeah. I already made an LLC out of it. But do you think before I rent it out, I should have some sort of insurance?
Just on that lot, man, I guess so, because someone, let's say they trip on the pad. I mean, you can think of all kinds of stupid things. You better do something. Yeah. The answer is yes, because there's people out there that are horrible. There's just horrible people.
Yeah, I mean, Brad wrote up what looks like to me it was a good contract. So, but
Yeah. What did he charge you, by the way?
Huh?
What did he charge you?
The whole thing. I want to say the whole thing was under like $1,600.
Okay, good.
And that was to create the LLC.
Yeah, I got you.
To do the deed and to make the contract.
Yeah, he did everything.
Yeah.
What was Tom talking about with the LLC?
Which one?
Something we had to file something.
Something we had to file?
I don't know. He brought that up a while back. I guess the Biden administration changed something. I'm not even going to pretend to know.
Okay.
I'm just waiting for my accountant to say I got to do it. I don't know what it is. I wish he actually talked about it, but I swear about a year ago he brought that up too. So
The thing is, they bring up all these laws and they never do anything about it. I mean,
Yeah.
technically, if you don't do a verification search on everybody's social security numbers,
Mhm.
including your own, For just the state of Colorado, they can walk in, demand to see those, and for every employee that you don't have, I think, is it a $5,000 or $10,000 fine? $5,000 fine. That includes yourself.
Yeah.
It's like, I know I'm legal. What do you mean I have to have this on file? But that's separate from the Fed one, which they can do the same thing, but heftier fines. So it's one thing saying, well, these are the penalties. Who's out there enforcing this shit?
Randomness, total random.
Sometimes I think they make laws just to justify their jobs.
No,
they definitely do. Or when they'll bring something to the floor that has zero chance of passing, you just go.
Just for political purposes to say you did it. Yeah. I always thought with OSHA they should be more training and as opposed to fighting. If they catch you doing the same thing 2-3 times, okay, you're all fair. But first time to walk in, you should be able to get a chance to rectify it.
Yeah.
Have you guys gone through a sales tax?
Oh yeah.
What do you call it?
Audit. Oh yeah. Sales and use tax. It's the use tax where they get you.
Use is like for equipment?
Not necessarily. If you go, it gets real complicated. Say you go to Costco and water, this, and you get.
It's 4 to 6.
Friday at 4. Let's go into the weekend with a smile on our face. Relentless positivity, grounded in logic, fact, and reason. All the different ways Trump can win this race. Join us at 4.
All right, 303-713-8255. One line open, 303 Martino. Don't forget to check us out on YouTube. You can listen to us, watch us the whole bit, even during the breaks. And if you go to YouTube, type in Troubleshooter Network, and you'll find us every time. And we're always live when the show's live, or at least for the most part. I keep reaching for the phone. Isn't that funny? Our phone in studio broke, so Dragon has to hit the lines for me. You're pretty used to it anyhow because we're remote so often. All right. Hey, Daryl, what's going on with this Yukon?
I've got a 2011 Yukon. All of a sudden, I'm starting to get radio noise, like a ticking number, ticking sound when it's idling. And when I go through some intersections, I pick up some radio interference, particularly on AM radio. And it just started about 3 weeks ago.
Guys, I mean, what?
I'd be looking at the antenna's got to come loose or something.
Anything like that, or the wire going to it?
Well, that's what I meant. You know, the cable.
Okay, I don't think it's got an exterior antenna, but I can take.
AM's got to have an antenna. Yeah.
Okay. The other thing I was wondering is, could it be one of the ignition modules? It's ticking like a real even, like a spark plug.
Yeah, you can definitely get noise from other wires. So,
but when you say you go through an intersection and you hear something else, that's what leads me to believe the reception.
Once in a while, if I stop at an intersection, I'll pick up some funny noise on AM radio. I don't know if it's happening on FM, but it does on AM. And then that ticking noise is mostly on the AM radio side.
It's called the Art Bell Show, is what he's referring to.
Well, I think it's probably, I don't know.
So if you turn the radio off, needless to say, you don't hear anything.
Right, exactly. It's just clearly from the radio.
I would be curious if he put a different radio in. I mean, could it be just the radio itself is, 14, 15 years old? I mean, I don't know what would break in a radio besides the antenna connection.
It sounds more like outside noise infiltrating the wires, whether it's through the antenna or whether it's
somewhere.
Yeah.
Some kind of feedback. How would you troubleshoot that, guys? I mean, that's a tough one.
Well, you almost have to eliminate things as you're going through.
I'd plug in another radio first is what I do.
Well, yeah. I mean, you would have to change things around somewhere.
Maybe a different antenna.
Something. Yep.
Man, Daryl, that's crazy. But once again, let's go to this. When you diagnose something like that, what's he looking at, Kevin? You've got guys that are great with electrical, and some of the best in the state. But it's still going to be $100, $200 an hour, right?
Yeah, 200.
Yeah, I mean, no matter what,
you could easily go 3-4 hours into it before you find it.
And then the thing that rots about it when it comes to electric, you got $400 into diagnosis and $15 into a repair.
You might look at a big thing of Velcro in a boombox and Velcro that bad boy right up on that dash and call it cooked, man. I mean, think about that. $200 an hour.
That's how you had your van set up, wasn't it?
Oh, God, that Suzanne and I would drive around? We did, man. We had a boombox we would karaoke down the road in all the time. Hey, Daryl, I mean, I'm not sure what else to tell you. Kevin can fix it. I can promise you that. But I don't know if it's worth putting that kind of money into it. But bring it over to Sheridan Auto Tech. Or, hey, I want to say this again. Swap out that radio. That's the very first thing I would do. I bet you can find that used radio for like at car-parts.com somewhere for under $100. I mean, it's going to be pretty cheap. And then how hard is it to swap those out? It's kind of a pain in the ass to pull that bevel off, right?
No, you just pull the center piece off and the radio comes out.
So it's not bad.
It's not terrible.
So, I mean, that's one option, Daryl. Or bring it over to Kevin and let's go from there. Mike, what's going on with you, man?
Yeah, I'm driving a 2008.
Hey, Mike, I got to ask you something, man. You call the show all the time, right? That's who I'm talking to. Mystery Mike?
Yeah, I love your show.
Why don't you come in? Why don't you come in someday? Have we invited him in, Suzanne? Or am I getting into a position I don't want to be in?
Mike's a great
that's
guy.
magic,
I don't know
Mike.
if he wants to come in.
Mike, would you like to come in someday?
I might, but I have to be in a Antifa pro-fascist mask. But I have a question for you and your technician.
What is it?
I'm driving a 2008 Lexus ES350, 3.5 liter V6.
That's
I
that
love
little
the engine.
SUV, right?
No, it's
It's a sedan.
It's a sedan, okay.
Yeah, and I love the engine transmission combination. But I'm wondering, since then they've introduced hybrid.
Mike, what the hell are you talking about? You like the engine and transmission combination. What does that mean?
The drivetrain.
Yes.
It's a front-wheel
He
drive.
likes the performance of it.
Oh, he just likes the way they matched it up.
Yep.
All right, what's the question, Mike?
Yeah, I'm wondering, since then they've come out with hybrids and plug-in hybrids.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if the 0 to 60 acceleration times on the hybrids are as good as the gas engine versions.
Well, they're probably better. The electric cars are just pure torque.
Yeah, but he's talking about the hybrid. So, on the hybrid itself, if you're stepping into it, you're using that gas engine.
You're using the gas to move it.
Yeah,
Not on some of the plug-ins.
No, well, they use the gas to move, and then the hybrid kicks in later.
Yeah.
So it'd be about the same.
And I differ from Tom on hybrids. I don't mind them. We had a Sonata for a while. Some lady T-boned us, and it got totaled, but it got a little better mileage. I'm not going to say it's that magnificent difference I was hoping for, but it got a little better, and it had that torque off the red lights, which was really nice. And I never had any issues with it. So,
how much better mileage?
Well, okay, so the one I had, the Sonata, that was non-hybrid, was probably around 25. Mine got maybe 32. Like I said, it was not massive. But if you do Uber or Lyft or something like that, that 7 miles per gallon difference could be drastic to your bottom line at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike, I got to take this break, man. 303-713-8255. Doc, hang in there. I promise you're next.
You mentioned before the start-stop feature, by the way?
Yeah.
Are you going to commercial? Okay.
I will in a minute, but go.
And it's kind of a janky way to do it, but if you take, like the little plastic clippy things for your bread.
Yeah.
Take one of those, push the button in, push that in on the button to allow, so the button.
Oh, and it holds it in.
And it won't work.
I will try that.
It bypasses it, yeah.
I wish you could just choose on or off.
Those drive me crazy. Mine doesn't have it. Last time I rented a car, it had it. The worst part is how much do you think it's actually saving? Anything?
Something.
Well, but it's inefficient
But
when it starts.
one of the things I have noticed, though, is the cars that have the start-stop, because you know certain times of year where it seems like you got...
Hold on, guys. You know, if it's outside, they do it. What am I talking about? Well, siding, windows, gutters, painting, fences, decks. If it's outside, they do it. Almost like that baseball movie. If you build it, they'll come. Well, if it's outside, GenesisTotalExteriors.com can fix it. He has been out to our house. They painted the entire outside of our house. He has done work on our fences. Mark has also done some work on the inside of our house. But I tell you this, and I mean it, if you're looking for new windows, new doors, a new roof, if it's on the outside of the house, including one of the best painters in Colorado works directly for Mark, I want you to call Genesis Total Exteriors. He can also check siding for damage after a hailstorm, along with your roof and your deck and everything else. They're great guys. They've been around forever. Genesis, as in the beginning, Genesis Total Exteriors, 303-679-8509, 303-679-8509. Hey, Suzanne, who was at our house a week ago?
Art of Granite.
The Art of Granite. Oh, my goodness. So Mitch will let you use his wholesale account. If he doesn't have the stone you want, whether it's granite or quartz, and he didn't have the exact stuff we wanted. So what he did, and he'll do this for you, he lets you use his wholesale account. So we went to this place down in Denver that had anything you could ever imagine. We bought it at the wholesale rate. He came out, his guys measured everything, fabricated everything. They installed it a few days ago, and our master bathroom looks brand new. You want the best countertops around. Oh, by the way, he also has a great line of cabinets, and he did our sinks when he did our new quartz in our bathroom. I just can't explain what a great guy he is. Please check him out at theartofgranite.com, theartofgranite.com. And I got to throw one more thing in. One more. Check this out. He is the only person I know in construction and remodeling that will give you a quote over the phone.
Okay.
A quote over the phone, and his prices are great. Theartofgranite.com.
Anyway.
So did you get your bidet?
We're getting it. She's picking it out. We're either getting a Toto or a, I think it's going to be the Toto. The other one is the,
Why are you replacing that? I thought you already had 2 dogs.
No. Who's the, what's the other big sink and toilet manufacturer? Kohler. They make one too.
I keep telling you, if you get that up your nose, you're not using it. So,
yeah.
But anyway, one of the things I have noticed about the start-stops, you know, certain times a year you come to an intersection, the birds turn suicidal and they're zipping around in there. Well, the reason they do that is because the cars, you know, are developing, they've got heat.
Oh, yeah.
And that attracts the insects, and they're actually coming in and eating the insects. I've seen fewer birds at intersections.
No more.
That's pretty wild,
No more
man.
heat. Yeah. I just see a lot less birds. I mean, after the bird flu last year.
I haven't bird hunted in 2 years because of it.
Yeah.
I mean, they sit there, they tell you, oh yeah, no, it's safe for your dogs to handle, but then if you see one, don't handle it, be careful, put it in a bag, turn it into DOW.
How do you know?
You don't. That's the point.
You don't unless they're dead or they're acting funny. But they can have it and you don't know. So I'm not going to let my dog handle that.
If you did get one and you ended up eating it, would you get sick?
So far, they say they don't recommend eating it, but they haven't seen anything.
Okay.
I'm not going to try it out.
Might be a little more spicy.
Yeah, there you go.
My poor daughter got a, let's see here. I think she got a roommate. Welcome.
She bring potatoes?
No, I hope not. God, that was horrible.
Before you move in, we need potatoes.
Oh, she got 2 new roommates. At least her chicks.
They don't co-ed the dorms, do they?
These aren't dorms. These are, she's in law school. There's no dorm. She's, it's like an apartment with a common area and then 3 rooms, and each room has a bedroom, a closet, and then a full bathroom. So everybody's got their own bathroom, own bedroom, own closet. Yeah, they would co-ed them. But you can put down what you want, or what you prefer.
Can you lock yourself away from your roommates?
Yeah, they have
How many minutes will we have,
boat
Dragon?
locks.
You
The only thing
share
you
is the living room and the kitchen.
Okay.
The kitchen and living room.
Hey, squeeze these
And her
two in.
last 2 roommates were just slobs, man.
That's kids in general, I think.
Nowadays. Actually, our kids were probably slobby, too. I guess I was. I mean, not like some people, but... What do you guys got going this weekend? You going up to the hills?
Yep. So we were talking about that earlier because of those two bridges, man. It takes forever to get up there. So.
What do you mean? What happened?
Hey, Kel, do you mind
bridge-
grabbing their
bridge
headphones
closure
and
over,
stuff after they're out of there?
Mesa?
Okay, cool.
Fire?
Oh no, they've been working on it since April. They found some anomalies in the T1 steel, so they've got to repair the bridge.
Oh,
What does that mean to you, distance or time?
It makes no difference to us. I
itself
emailed
added-
Tepper myself on that,
If you
so he
catch
said he's
the
going to get them
open
fixed.
routes
We'll see.
going down County Road
But
26
Mark's doing the
instead,
show, so I mean, I
add
can't
about
just.
an
I'm going to go here in a second just
Oh,
to get my
shit.
stuff
Now
wrapped
they've
up.
also started work on the Lake Fork Bridge, which is
Yeah.
right after County Road 26.
Oh, good. We're almost done
We're
here.
trying to figure it out now because they said they're going to have full
There's a couple of deputy docs on too with a car question, and this guy has a hybrid comment. We only have 3 minutes.
And we would not be able to get to our place at all.
And Vice Presidential candidate Tim Walz. It'll be Doug Wardlow, that plus Peter St. Onge on the economy, and more on the Joe Pag Show. Tonight from 6 to 9 on 630 KHOW.
All right, 303-713-8255. Deputy Doc, what is your question, man?
Quick question. I was going to ask the guys, when did the trend go from drum brakes to disc brakes, and why did it take so long?
Or what's the advantage? It's probably quicker stopping.
It's better stopping, yeah.
Probably what around? I remember still seeing disc or drum brakes probably, around 2000?
Yeah, no, probably a little sooner than that on some imports and things, but
they're
more
always
so,
quicker.
More so on the passenger car. It was,
Yeah, the trucks
were
were
later on down the pike.
And drums were expensive as hell, man.
Some of the big drum brakes, yeah.
And one of my stores, hold on, Doc. One of my stores, I don't know if you guys even do this anymore. We could actually take a ladle to it, but the other stores didn't have the ones for drums, but of course we did for rotors. I mean, it was it was quite a bit more no matter how you looked at it.
Oh, yeah. Much
time-wise, everything.
And then you have those little hardware kits and all that comes with it.
Springs, yep.
Yeah. Why do you care, though, Doc?
I'm just curious. That's all.
I thought he was going to say, when did they convert from wooden spokes to aluminum wheels?
Oh, I did that when I was about 15 years old.
You know, thanks, Doc, for the call. But, hey, you can keep him up. I don't care. You reminded me of something when you were talking about the bridge. So Jeff has a place up in the mountains, nice cabin up there. But because they're working on what bridge?
It's the middle bridge over Blue Mesa.
It added like an hour to your drive.
Yeah, about an hour, 15 minutes.
So my parents had a place up in Deckers years and years ago. It's 20-plus years. This is pre-Hayman Fire. I mean, that's how long ago this is. And the Corps of Engineers, for whatever reason, there's like a little dam up there, and they moved the bridge. So it was a big thing. In fact, he had to go all the way around, but literally they moved the bridge. Well, he went up to visit a neighbor of his by the name of Gary, like about a week after they literally moved the bridge, probably, I want to say, less than 50 yards down. So there was no bridge there. The old bridge was gone. He had a couple bottles of wine with Gary, and these are dirt roads this bridge is off of. He comes back down, turns where the old bridge was, and rolls that truck like 13, 14 times down the hill. Lucky not to end up in the water, but he was fine. He got up and walked away, but they moved the bridge on him.
That's the power of alcohol.
That's the power of alcohol. All right, folks, listen, we're going to be back here Monday solving your problems. 303 Martino, that number works over the weekend. Help at troubleshooter.com. Dragon, Suzanne, thank you. Thank you, guys.
Follow Tom Martino at Real Tom Martino.
And stay connected with all of us
at 630 KHOW.
KHOW.com.
And on the iHeartRadio app.
This is Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.